Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the very special episode of the Double Feature Podcast. Because
in person.
Together in person.
He exists.
Together at last.
He exists. I'm going to pick that. He exists. He exists.
Together forever. We are here, and we're in...
this is my gaff.
We're on his side of the camera.
Which obviously, you know, people who watch my channel, you will have seen, obviously, this backdrop in videos before.
So
I think there's a bit in my 500 subscriber video where because I do like loads of skits in that video.
Yeah.
And there's like I think there's a bit like in front of this backdrop that I use. Yeah. I don't usually use this, but it's just kind of
this was the working setup today. This is really weird.
Yeah.
Like, do we look at the camera or do we look at each other?
I guess it's just like a conversation. Really.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But either way, we're here to bring you the latest in movies, as well as to discuss today's spotlight. 28 years later, the Bone Temple,
and also our part 3, which is of the theme of. Okay, it's a kind of contrast to the last episode. Yeah. So it's a contrast to the last episode, which is very heavy and like obviously thought-provoking films. We thought we'd go the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
We needed to recover.
Yeah, we needed
to turn it around.
I say we needed to chill, but these films are bonkers. So
yes.
Just something a bit more lighthearted and fun.
But
yeah.
So how do you want to start part 1 then?
So I think again we've got a
another celebrity passing.
Yeah, that's right.
Quite recent.
We've got the passing of Catherine O'Hara, obviously from Home Alone. Most famously is Kevin's mum in Home Alone.
Yes.
Also, a lot of her films, Beetlejuice, obviously in the sequel as well.
Yes.
I think it's weird for me, the fact that obviously she appeared in the sequel, Beetlejuice, and we didn't spotlight that. We talked about it when it came out.
Yes. We've both seen it, but I think we did Joker 2 instead.
Yeah, it was like one of those early episodes, like late 2024.
Episode 3, yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird, you know. Obviously, she was still quite, active in the industry, you know. She's been active for like decades now.
And that's the thing. We've seen her in a new movie on this podcast.
Yeah, in this podcast lifetime, which is really for me, it's really strange to have that. But you know, she was always a great actor, always very larger than life. A lot of like comedic performances. She was in. There's another film I've got on that Blu-ray shelf of that After Hours. It's a Scorsese film, but she's in that again, really great, like kind of larger than life character. But she's appeared in loads, a lot of obviously Tim Burton projects, Home Alone. She's just always a great actor and always a very fun presence on screen. So again, you know, she'll be sorely missed, and best wishes to her friends and family.
Yeah.
And it was really sweet as well seeing what Macaulay Culkin, obviously, Kevin in Home Alone, obviously, you know, mother and son in film, and their dynamic over like the 30 years since that film came out, it's never really changed, you know.
Yeah,
I think whatever you think of Home Alone, you can't deny that dynamic is really like quite special, and you feel it off screen. That chemistry you feel off screen. You know, there aren't many actors pairings that you sort of feel that with, but I think with those two you do. So,
I almost feel bad I didn't watch Home Alone this year.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's you don't really feel that with many actor pairings, and that's really quite special. I think that makes it hit harder.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a very nice post.
It was. It was really sweet.
It was a very nice post.
But rest in peace to Catherine O'Hara, and best wishes to her friends and family.
But leading on now to the current news of cinema,
so
you wanted to talk about Oscar nominations that have happened.
So we're kind of in awards. This is kind of a broad topic. So we're in award season now. You know, start of the year. We've had the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Which they're almost kind of like a teaser for what comes at the Oscars. You know, you get a sort of sense of whatever films are nominated and win here, what's likely to win the Oscars. So the Golden Globes, they always split it with films. They also do TV, but I don't really follow the TV. Although Adolescence, the lad Owen Cooper in that, he became the youngest winner of the supporting actor.
I did see that. Yes.
Like 16 years old, you know, and he won that.
Was this also the awards where a dog won Best Actor in a horror movie?
Did it?
Because I know that was at some awards for that horror movie, Good Boy.
Oh yeah!
The dog won an award. I can't remember if that was Golden Globes.
I don't feel like it would be.
I think it's a really funny headline, but dog beats Ethan Hawke for Best Horror Actor.
That is quite funny.
It's the first time dogs won an award in the horror category.
That is quite
funny.
But
I don't know if it's Golden Globes. It definitely happened.
I don't think it's Golden Globes, but with Owen Cooper for Adolescence, he won best one of the acting awards at like 16 years old, which is incredible.
That is insane.
You know, and like at that age, it's like really must be really surreal for him. Yeah. But in terms of the movie front, obviously they split it for best motion picture drama and best motion picture comedy. So for the drama, Hamlet won.
Okay.
Yeah. So Paul Mescal, Jessie Buckley, Jessie Buckley got a lot of for her performance got a lot of attention. So in the drama category, and then the comedy, musical/comedy category went to One Battle After Another, which is looking to be the favourite, I think.
Okay.
Just from what I've read and from the, based on the kind of film that it is, and just kind of with the nominations that they got the Oscars, it looks to be the front runner for what could win. Either that or Sinners, but we'll get.
Sinners is getting a lot of noms.
Yeah, I'm surprised Sinners didn't get more at the Golden Globes because it got the best commercial achievement or whatever.
It's interesting because at the Oscars, it's gotten the most nominations of any movie of all time.
Yeah, 16 nominations, and obviously including the new best casting.
Yeah.
Which the first time that's been introduced.
It's a good movie, but I don't think it's the best movie ever to be getting 16 nominations.
I mean, it was good.
It was perfectly good.
And it's not my favorite. I mean, I obviously love it. Maybe 16 is a little bit excessive.
A little bit.
But it's one of those films where it's I don't really mind, because I love it that much, I don't really mind that it's got that many nominations.
Yeah, at least it's not like
Emilia Perez. Yeah. I mean, at least it's not that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously we've got hang on, I'm going to get the nominations up on my phone. So all 10 of the Best Picture nominations.
And to my surprise, Weapons not nominated.
Well, they did get an acting nom for.
It got an acting nom for Aunt Gladys, right?
Yeah, she got an acting nom.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
it didn't get put for Best Picture.
I can understand not it getting a picture, but I'm surprised that the screenplay it didn't get. Because the script for that film was one of its strongest parts. And the actual storytelling. Yeah. So I'm surprised at that. But
I think one of the most shocking things in terms of lack of nominations is the complete absence of Wicked for Good.
Yeah, that
from all fields. Not even the costumes or set, nothing. Absolutely zilch.
Considering how much the first film.
Yeah, Wicked won, got loads of nominations.
It's kind of insane. But yeah, I've got the Best Picture nominees for this year are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, which we spotlighted, Hamnet, Mighty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
I've seen 2 of those, and I'm back in Frankenstein, but it probably won't win.
I've seen 5 of those. I honestly would like Sinners to win. Even though I think Mighty Supreme is the best that I saw of this batch, I kind of do want Sinners because for me, I think it's very special, that film. It's that perfect halfway point of being. It's definitely more out there and ambitious, thematically, but it also has that fun blockbuster element with the genre of the vampires and the action. I think it hits that sweet spot for me, where some films maybe go a bit one way or the other.
Yeah.
But Frankenstein, I think Frankenstein will be a film like Poor Things, which got a lot of technical love. I think production design, costume, makeup definitely. I think stuff like that, Frankenstein will excel in. I don't think it will get picture though.
No, probably not.
But I think it will be. I think it will do quite good.
What do you think about the nomination for Best Supporting Actor for Frankenstein?
I think it's valid. I mean, I'm surprised Oscar Isaac didn't get it.
I'm very surprised at that. I think he's been robbed of a nomination.
I think he should have done. But Jacob Elordi, I think the fact that he was able to obviously we talked about Frankenstein and we spotlighted it.
Yeah. But watch the episode.
We watched the episode, yeah. But how he was able to emote in that film under all that makeup and whatnot, and you still got that. I think it's worthy of a nomination. I think
historically as well, Frankenstein's always been kind of presented as somewhat of a wooden character where you don't get as much expression. So to have that here, I think is really good.
I think obviously stuff like the Boris Karloff one is very iconic. That image. Of
that is the Frankenstein that people will think of,
and it's kind of become a caricature almost in the years since. So to have that as a very not ground, ground portrayal of It's not trying to hark back to.
It's a more human portrayal, which is kind of the point, really, if you think about it. Yeah. But obviously, Boris Karloff's ones are all of his horror movies. That's an era, right? That's an iconic era.
Absolutely.
But it's nice to have this very different version now.
I think we're in a bit of a horror renaissance because
I think we are. But the ones we got last year's and this year, we've had a lot of good horror movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on a video project about horror movies that got a Best Picture nom, and this is the most that any have got in a year, which is quite very cool, But obviously, there's One Battle After Another, which I loved, and I can see that being the front runner, which I'm not mad at because I do think it's really. I think definitely will get director. Sean Penn should get supporting actor because he was phenomenal in that personally for me.
Yeah.
As a picture, I would personally prefer Mighty Supreme or Sinners, but I'm happy with that. Begonia, I'm surprised at.
This is the one by the guy who did Poor Things.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it on an advert on a website or something. Like that's as much as I've seen.
Because I watched Begonia. It was like very hectic uni week. I managed to get it in, like just like an afternoon.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in the right mindset to watch it because it's a very weird film. But I'm surprised that it did because Poor Things got a lot of love, but then Kinds of Kindness that he did got nothing. So it was kind of like it could go either way. But I'm surprised it got that many awards. And then F1 as well, which big blockbuster. Same guy did Top Gun Maverick, same director. So it kind of makes sense. But it's cool to cool to see. As Hamlet has had some very good stuff about it. Train Dreams, I've heard quite good things about. Overall, like a pretty solid lineup. I don't think there's like an obvious weak link. I don't think.
I can't weigh in heavy enough because I've only seen 2 of the movies. Most of my money is on Best Animated and Best Original Song, and I think we know why.
I mean, as cool as it would be for Sinners to get the song, I think it has enough nominations. It'll definitely get a score.
It's got enough things going for it. I think Golden's got a good chance. It's been such a hit over the year.
Culturally, it's made such
the movie has made a huge difference.
So I think
I can see that it's really taken over.
And it's definitely going to get Best Animated. Like there's no doubt about that.
I really hope so.
Additionally,
we've also had. I also noticed that the Razzie nominations have been out.
Yeah.
We've got some good nominations this year, and we know who the winner's going to be. It's going to be War of the Worlds.
Damn! God damn it.
But also nominated.
It's so bad it broke my glasses.
It's so bad it broke his glasses.
That's why.
But also nominated. We've had some other movies. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Hurry Up Tomorrow. Electric State, which I don't feel was warranted. I mean. As a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, the fact that Electric State got nominated but FNAF 2 didn't is kind of crazy to me.
How did that actually...
I don't know how that happened.
Minecraft
didn't get nominated either, so I don't feel Electric State deserves to be in the slate of Razzies this year compared to these other films.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because Electric State, I think everyone's kind of forgotten about that.
It was fine. It was good enough.
Yeah.
It's not overly stuck with me or anything. But it's not offensively bad like Minecraft is. Yeah. It's just FNAF 2 is peak. It's shit, but it's our shit.
All right,
it's gonna be interesting to see how it all pans out. That said, I did notice that one of the awards for like worst role in the Wazzies. It was that character in the pantomime we were watching that kept saying W's.
Also, it can't have just been me because we've been watching pantomime. It can't just be me who thought they looked like Iron Gladys from Weapons. The makeup.
Oh my god!
The makeup and the red hair. Like it wasn't just me.
Looks like Iron Gladys. Sounded like Matt Lucas sometimes.
I thought it was like I thought it sounded like that dude from Life of Brian. Warwick.
Warwick.
That's what I thought.
There's something funny about the name Biggus.
Brilliant.
But one of the nominees for worst performance in the Razzies is the 7 CGI abominations of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure one of
performance.
Yeah, the worst role was given to that. I think another nomination as well was for Hurry Up Tomorrow was for The Weeknd and his massive ego. I don't know if there's context for that, but out of context, that's a really funny nomination. Imagine getting nominated, you and your massive ego.
In fairness, the Razzies are kind of just a giant piss.
I kind of like that about them, though. It's fun. It's funny. But yeah, so outside of awards, I think we had some movies to discuss. You've seen a movie.
I've seen a movie. I mentioned it a little bit ago, but I finally got around to it. Wake Up Dead Man, the third of the Knives Out films. Obviously with Daniel Craig as Benoit, directed by Ryan Johnson. And I love these movies, and I think this third one is probably my favourite. I don't know. It's very close to the first one. It's very... That quality, that they're really fantastic. I think... I have a real soft spot for the first one, because it's a bit of a comfort film for me.
Okay.
I always really enjoy it, and I had a lot of fond memories of it, but I think the third one, objectively, is probably the best.
Okay.
I think visually it's best, like the shots and the direction. It looks gorgeous because it's set in a church this time, and so it's not like a rich family or a rich group of friends. They're kind of, there's a little bit less connection with the characters. They're kind of obviously people who go to the church, but you've got all different, kind of characters from different sort of backgrounds. I think that is something a little bit different, and I quite like that. And as well, I think what Wake Up Dead Man does really well. It's something that the first film did that the second film didn't really do for me. Is that besides Benoit, you have a really strong central character. This time it's in Josh O'Connor's character, Judd, who's a priest who is he's kind of seen the hypocrisy within the sort of church, like a religious institution. But at the same time, the film also does explore the value that faith can have, a kind of belief of like how it provides comfort for people.
Okay.
Particularly for like Benoit, he kind of goes through the most change, I think, through any of these films, the most character arc, because he's often quite like a static character. Like he just you just drop him into these scenarios. But to see the change that he actually goes through is quite something, and not really something you get in the other two.
Yeah.
But I think these are really, I got the most out of it probably, I think. And as much as I love the Isaac films, and I could watch them, forever, I think this is a good place to kind of maybe pause, or at least like kind of, see what else Rian Johnson can do, because he's done some great. Obviously, Last Jedi was controversial, but it's
he was responsible for Last Jedi.
But it's a well directed movie. I can't deny
it. Just doesn't work in the trilogy.
The script is just the issue, but the direction is actually quite strong. It looks great. But he also did that movie Looper with Bruce Willis, that time travel movie.
Oh, I've seen that one. I've seen Looper.
But he did that. He directed that. I think he directed some of the Breaking Bad episodes, like towards the end.
Oh yeah.
Like some of the famous.
Oh, Breaking Bad's so good.
Yeah, I think he directed some of those. But all he's done since his Knives Out films, and they're great. But I think it'd be cool to see what else he could do.
Yeah.
But saying that, if there was a fourth one, I don't think I'd mind, because I do love him. But yeah, that's the film I've seen.
Cool.
Recently.
I've also seen a film. I've seen a film that's really making some waves in Hollywood. Independent, self-financed movie, entirely written, directed, and starring famous YouTuber Markiplier. I'm talking about Iron Lung. I went to watch this on Thursday. So the film was made on a supposed budget of around $3 million.
Oh, $3 million?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Completely self-financed from his own pocket. Domestic pre-sale tickets, 7.5 million. Turned a profit before it even properly went out. It's currently on, I believe, roughly 21.7 million now. So he's done over 700%.
So he's made like 7 times.
He's made really good money.
That's really
what I really like as well is when he realized it was so profitable, he went back and gave bonuses to all the people who worked on it and gave them more money. Markiplier genuinely seems like one of the nicest people.
Credit to him, actually.
But so it's based on this really short horror game called Iron Lung. It came out in 2022. I've seen his playthrough of it after watching the movie. It's like 40 minutes long. It's really short.
Yeah.
But he's managed to turn it into a whole 2-minute thing. It's about a guy who...
2-hour thing, you mean?
2-hour thing, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, very short film. Very short film. Yes.
Yeah, he gets in the submarine, he goes into the ocean of blood, and he dies. That's 2 minutes. Boom. But, no, it's got a lot more than that. It's, so it's about... there's like this thing that happens where all the stars and planets in the universe die. And there's like a small group of humans still left alive, going moon to moon, trying to find a way to restart civilization. And they stumble across this moon that has a blood ocean on it. And so they send Markiplier's character, Simon, he's a convict. They send him down into the ocean in a little submarine that's welded shut to explore the ocean and to try and find things that may help. And so the almost entire thing is set inside this submarine.
It's kind of a bottle.
Yeah, just this one little kind of like massive tin can, really. And he's getting thrown around. The whole thing moves, and so, he gets thrown around a little bit. The movie, quite notably, has broken the record for most fake blood used in a movie, surpassing, I think it was one of the Evil Dead movies.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's used so much blood, because obviously it's in an ocean of blood. You can imagine it's going to be a lot of blood.
That's visually quite cool, I think.
It is really interesting visually how it works, and having watched the playthrough of the game now, how it translates the elements is really cool. It gives a little bit more depth to the story as well, because the game doesn't give you that much to go on.
Yeah.
I've not played it. I hadn't really heard of this until the movie was coming out.
Neither have I. I just heard this like Iron Lung. I'm like, what is it? I didn't know we could make this game.
So Iron Lung is the name of the submarine.
Oh, it's Iron Lung.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I do think it's really cool though, because as obviously we're always kind of looking at independent cinema, but also like a film made by a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because it was like I do remember like end of last year there was like horror film Shelby Oaks, the one that Chris Stuckman directed. Obviously film critic YouTuber who made his own feature. That kind of obviously like mad respect to anyone who makes a film like on that small scale. I think it's props to you. But from what I looked at, that seemed quite a generic horror film. But this is a cool concept and kind of
this felt very unique.
That's sort of like sci-fi, like Lovecraftian kind of thing. like just from what I've seen of like the snippets of it.
I think
it looks really cool.
What's really interesting about it is obviously he funds the entire thing himself. He's been making this movie for 3 years. He started on it in 22, and he's been constantly working on it. And he's been able to create something that initially he was only going to put it in 3 cinemas in America, because he didn't have a studio back then. He had no distribution channel or anything. But the fans wanted more, and so he started getting it into more local theaters. And then by the time it actually released, it was in like 4,000 theaters globally.
That is cool.
And it's made such a big impression that at one point, briefly on the Saturday, it was #1 in the box office.
That's impressive.
It then fell back to #2 because Send Help came out.
Yeah,
and obviously he's competing with Sam Raimi as in a horror movie.
That is another film that we haven't seen yet. Yeah. But I do want to watch that.
Obviously, he was competing with Sam Raimi.
The guy did Spider-Man and Evil Dead,
and in the horror category.
Exactly.
But interestingly, by the Sunday, they stripped Iron Lung off of the box office charts. They didn't want to show it, which is really odd. I don't think they're too happy that an independent movie is doing that well on its own. Yeah. It may also be because it was beating Melania, and it may have been politics getting involved. Maybe. But we don't know. Who wants to? Who
wants to watch a documentary about Trump's wife?
I don't know.
Not me.
I think that any sort of movie made about a politician while they're still alive is 100% propaganda. Whichever side it falls on, it's propaganda. I don't want to watch it.
Propaganda and vanity.
Yeah. If it's about someone who isn't alive anymore, that's different. That's like a biopic. That's looking back.
Or like very old.
Yeah. But if you're making a movie on someone currently a hot topic like that in politics, like it's not going to be anything other than propaganda.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this one's very right-wing propaganda, trying to back Melania, trying to it feels like a big PR stunt.
It does feel.
And obviously the film they did about Trump with Sebastian Stan very much was the opposite side of the coin.
Which was quite ironic because that released because it was like end of 2024. That released when he was getting re-elected.
Yeah, I think it was very much to stop people from trying to vote for him.
It was interesting. Yeah.
Either way, both of them are other sides of the propaganda machine here, and so I don't really like movies like that. But I think maybe they took the movie out because it was doing better. But I don't know who's watching it. But the IMDb score for Melania is really funny. It's 1.3.
Is it?
All of them are like 1 or 10, and that's about it. And it's mostly ones.
Is it higher than Snow White or not?
It's lower. 1.3 is ridiculously low.
Oh, that's bad.
It is insane.
That's bad.
I think IMDb users are just trolling of this one. I don't think most of them watched it, but it's really cool to see Iron Lung charting on there. And again, for a brief consideration, it was #1.
Yeah.
And that's really cool that someone can make their own movie and could do so well out of it. He picked a good time to release it as well. There's no big blockbusters or anything.
Yeah,
it's not like if you threw it out in the summer, it would have drowned.
Oh god, yeah.
But January, February is a really dry time for cinema usually,
especially for genre films.
But I think it's a really cool film. It's really unique. It's it doesn't feel like anything else I've seen. It's contained, and I think it works well. There's a lot of things that really make you question what's going on, and I guess it's kind of supposed to do that with the fact that while he's down there, his oxygen levels kind of drop, and he's starting to think what's going on. We're starting to think it. We're very much in the same boat as him, in the same submarine as him.
Literally.
And it does a good job. So obviously, they don't have the budget for like large monsters and whatever that are going to be on this planet.
But it alludes to the sorts.
Yeah, part of the gameplay is you take pictures of what's in the ocean, and you could see like the skeletons of these monsters. Because it uses like radiation to see through the blood, and so you get like X-ray pictures, and you could see these monsters and everything. So you still get that, and you get the shaking of the submarine, you get the atmosphere of something there without having to show it, which makes it scary because you don't know what it is.
Right, it reminds me a bit like obviously like the first Jaws movie.
Yeah,
you don't see the shark, but they allude to it throughout the music.
Yeah,
and just that you see the fin or like little glimpses and whatnot. That's a good way to like build.
And I think like
whatever's in your imagination is far scarier or far more effective than whatever any sort of visual effects can show you.
And I think as well, it's almost like with Blair Witch, where there's nothing necessarily visible, but you're building an atmosphere.
Yeah,
and it's got the same kind of low budget kind of thing to it as well. Obviously, not as low as Blair Witch. That was very low budget.
But that's intentional. That's intentionally like.
But I think the way it builds an atmosphere is really cool. I would say it maybe is a little too long because he has adapted a 40-minute game into a 2-hour movie.
Yeah,
and even for horror movie in general, 2 hours is long. But for this source content, it maybe could have been closer to 100 minutes.
Yeah, I think.
But overall, I didn't feel it dragged too much. I quite enjoyed it. There's a few bits in it that are kind of trippy that it would almost come into our bonkers category because it's
maybe
because there was some stuff there that's really kind of like what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal.
And I think the ending's really cool. They kind of recreate what happens at kind of the end of the game. There's like a really cool kind of when you actually get to kind of see the monster, and it's there's a lot of things really nice that I do admire it as a movie. Because again, I came into it as someone I've not played the game, I've not seen anything about the game. I've watched a little bit of Markiplier here and there, not very much.
Yeah, me same.
I mostly watched him while I was playing the FNAF series before I played each game to kind of grasp how do I beat this game without dying. Yeah, and so I've watched a few things he's done, and he does seem like just a really nice guy. And the fact that he went and gave more money to the people who worked on the movie and everything because it done so well.
That's credit.
That's a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, I really do want to watch Iron Lung.
Yeah,
because I say, support like an indie project, and even though I've kind of been a bit sort of thingy, like sort of a bit funny with like video game adaptations, because it kind of just feels like just another trend after the superhero movies and then all the other trends that we have. It kind of feels a bit gimmicky, and I feel like a lot of them just haven't really panned out. But this actually does seem. You can tell he has a lot of care for this project. He really enjoyed the game because it's the kind of thing. It feels like the kind of thing that even if you've not played the game, it's still an interesting idea, and it's also not. It's also not like a massive IP like Mario. No, it's a very Mario or Minecraft or FNAF and whatnot. Like who knows what Iron Lung is? No, not many people are going to know the game Iron Lung. This little 40-minute first-person game that it's just so short and that doesn't have that much necessarily in it. Like, so I think not a big thing. So I think adapting it to a film, introducing people to this very interesting sounding concept. Yeah, I think that's a really great move. Yeah, and so I do want to check it out as soon as I can. I've seen a lot of the videos of him like after the movies come out, and he's been very emotional about how well it's been doing. And you can see that he put so much into it. Naturally, it does feel like a real passion project. It does, well, obviously it's never going to be perfect like a first film. Oh, it's not perfect. No, but I admire it's still pretty good. I admire the heart and ambition of it, so I'm definitely gonna try and check it out. That said, I've heard a rumor that he actually ended up because he was so in on this thing. He ended up getting like some sort of eye infection from the amount of fake blood that he was using because there was just so much of it. And be careful when you make a movie. Yeah, but it's really cool. And for the budget, there's some really cool visual stuff in there, and really cool like effects that like I'm not even sure if half of them were practical or maybe a little bit CGI, but I think most of it is practical. Well, that's the thing. If you can't tell, then that's. But there's some really cool effects in there. So overall, it's a really solid movie, and I would definitely recommend it. Even if you've not heard of the game or played the game, it's just as its own thing, as its own kind of existence. It's a very unique experience really with cinema, and I do hope we get more things like this, and that he might make another movie soon because credit to him, he's a decent actor, and I'd say possibly slightly better actor than director, but yeah, he's pretty solid as an actor, director, writer. Like he's not exceptional in any of those categories, but as an all-rounder, he does a pretty decent job. But and again, you've got to think, give him time. I think he could. Yeah, obviously, give him a bigger budget and more time, and maybe more people, and But it's a very small cast as well. There's not many people in it. But then there's the age-old question: it's like, does a bigger budget, does that, sort of allow for your worst tendencies to go a bit too big and a bit too excessive? Yeah. Having a limited amount of resources, it makes you really hone in on what you've got. Yeah. So that could Anyway, I think that comes off Iron Lung. We had one other thing we were going to discuss. Yes. And it's controversial. So we've discussed AI in the past. We've talked about Tilly, the AI actress. Tilly actress lady, yeah. Tilly Norwood or something? Norbit. So we talked about Tilly. But now we've got another kind of groundbreaker in the AI realm. So Mr. Darren Aronofsky, I was going to say acclaimed director, but this kind of formerly acclaimed director. But obviously, he directed The Whale, didn't he? The Whale, Caught Stealing, which I watched last year. I recently watched Black Swan that he did, which is fantastic. But all very divisive directors, stuff like The Whale, Requiem for a Dream. Got there in the end. Got there, yeah. The Mother, that one with Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, a lot of very divisive. Well, he's just made his most divisive move yet, apparently, because he's done a new series entirely in AI.
visually, it's entirely AI.
Yeah.
It's completely AI visuals. He's still paying SAG actors to do the voices, but visually, it's completely AI.
Yeah,
it's a historical series.
So on this day, it's exclusive. There's also the Time YouTube channel, which is odd.
Oh, I didn't see that before. That is odd.
It's
just on Time.
The Time Magazine YouTube channel is.
That's a strange. That's a strange choice.
Yeah. So they released the trailer for it, and it just looks. Now, as you gather by AI, it looks odd. It looks off-putting.
There's always that underlying fear of something is off.
Like the uncanny valley effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why? It doesn't make sense. Why would you do? I mean, you're an acclaimed director. Obviously, his style is obviously subjectively quite divisive and quite bold, but he is acclaimed. You know, he's done all these projects and whatnot that have got him a lot of accolades, and he's, very well off at the minute. So why is he? Why couldn't you why couldn't you do this stuff for real?
I think there's two possible things that could be the reason. One, he wanted the people to look as close to the historical figures as possible rather than hire people who kind of look like them. Or two, it's cheaper this way, and that's just the easy solution. Or maybe he just thought, no one's done this, maybe it's just something completely different. But just to play devil's advocate, I don't think it's a good move.
No.
I don't think we should have AI visuals. AI does not belong in art, especially the art that you're going to end up seeing. It's a little different if you just ask it for feedback, but making it generate an entire visual series is crazy.
You've got to remember with this, obviously, as a historical series, you were saying about how he might not have wanted people who sort of looked like these historical figures but didn't really and whatnot. But it's not, even though yes, people are voicing these characters and whatnot, you're still kind of losing out for costume designers, set designers, cinematographers. You're losing out so many other jobs just by doing it AI. And it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it is just that he wanted to do it before anyone else did and try something new.
But again, it's that kind of thing. It's like, it's the whole Jurassic Park quote. It's everyone was so preoccupied of whether they could, they never stopped to think whether they should.
Yeah.
And it's like, just because you can do it, why are you doing it?
In a weird way, I sort of respect the bravery of doing that because if you're making something like that, you're gonna get struck on the news by everybody. Yeah. No one's gonna be happy.
Yeah,
like that. I think there's a little bit of either bravery or stupidity in there that I somewhat respect to make a move like that. For a lot of people, that would be a career-ending move.
Yeah, yeah.
So in a way, I respect the bravery, but I don't think he should have done it. But again, I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit to try and get an insight here, but. Rather than us just going, oh no, AI is bad and calling it a day.
I mean, it is.
It is, but it's interesting to kind of think about the reasons of why would you do this?
Especially for a director who is as high profile as he is.
If it was someone no one's heard of, then you don't have anything to lose.
I'm not excusing it, but you kind of get why, because it's the only way that you can.
And it might be a way for someone who's unheard of to start a trend or something and to get in the news. But when you've already got so much to your name, to risk that all on something like this, that really how many people are going to watch?
Yeah, why would you? Yeah.
It's not like you're generating blockbuster of the year with AI that everyone's going to watch regardless. You're generating something that's going on the Time Magazine's YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, why is that? I don't get it. It's so weird.
It's just, there's so many questions. There's so many questions here.
And it kind of linking to sort of what we were talking with Catherine O'Hara, obviously, she'd been in a film that was in the podcast Lifetime and whatnot. Obviously, Court Steele, he only directed last year. Obviously, I went to watch that, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm not going to all of a sudden say that, oh, he's suddenly a terrible director, because I enjoy what I said.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't, criticize his past work because of what he's done now, but that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not.
He doesn't discredit what he's done before.
I adored Black Swan when I watched it recently. I really enjoyed Court Steele. I'm not going to sort of now all of a sudden say, oh, he was always a terrible director. I'm not going to.
But I'm just going to start boycotting his old stuff.
Yeah, but also you can still look at things, obviously, because I haven't seen obviously a lot of his other films, so looking at things with a bit more critical eye, maybe looking at a different lens could be interesting.
Yeah. But I think it's important, though, not to jump on something like this and say, oh, yeah, let's boycott everything he's ever done. It's all trash because he's done this one thing. Yeah. I think people are far too quick in a lot of situations to do that kind of thing, where they just jump on a bad thing and say, no, you're done, you get out. Yeah. You're cancelled. It's just like, because they very much could throw him out of Hollywood for this.
Yeah,
I don't think they should. I think they should instead make better laws to restrict AI in Hollywood. But I don't think they should necessarily cancel him for trying something different here when he can still just go and make normal movies. Because he has made good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, he's not done anything massively egregious there. I think it's just a case of, you know what, you try something new, and you know we don't want this here.
It shouldn't. It should not.
We don't want to punish. We shouldn't punish him. We should punish AI as being used as an art form.
And it shouldn't set a precedent, as I say, with the amount of jobs that would, you know,
just
something like that, for example, as tiny as it might seem, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people would have to work on the visuals, the clothes, the costumes, the lighting, set design, locations, like camera filming.
Yeah,
there's so many jobs that have just been eliminated.
Even simple stuff like catering and makeup, yeah, definitely.
All the simple things that we can very easily just forget about.
Yeah,
you know, they're gone. That's a lot of people's jobs.
Yeah, the whole army to make film.
So I think you have to condemn the AI really, and the fact that it's been used, and restrict that better.
Yeah.
I don't think we should write him off entirely as director if he goes back to making normal films.
Hopefully he does.
Hopefully. Hopefully this is a failed experiment.
Maybe, yeah. And I think we've often talked about, you know, both on and off the podcast, like, you know, in terms of like sort of, I suppose, making mistakes and whatnot. Somebody's, whether it's like saying something controversial or doing something controversial, somebody's got to do it. In terms of when you make a mistake, you only learn when you've actually made a mistake. You know, you can't really learn it until you've done it. You know, and that's the case with anything in life. You know, so I don't necessarily begrudge him. I'm more for him. I'm more confused of why he's done it.
It is a very confusing.
That's my overriding.
It just, and I think more so the fact of where it's ended up as well is really confusing. Like it's not even like getting like a release on like a big streaming service like Amazon or Netflix. It's just going on Time Magazine's YouTube. It's so baffling. I didn't know Time Magazine had a YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I'm not surprised. But who reads it, you know?
It's crazy.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. No. But it's an interesting situation to talk about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hope that this is part of a failed experiment and that we end up kind of putting more restrictions against AI. But you know what? In a way, you know, if someone's got to make that kind of mistake to have it talked about,
I suppose having somebody who is high profile to be like, "Hey, I'll bite the bullet, see if it's worth doing."
Yeah,
and then you find that it's not. I mean, I guess it gets to like common sense. It's like, oh, you shouldn't do it anyway. It's like kind of pointless. But as we said, it's like you don't fully understand it until you see it.
At least now as well, we can better understand what AI in Hollywood looks like.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just one actress in a movie, but what an entire production made by AI is going to look like. So we know, this is bad. We were right.
Especially with like, because we was talking about one of them, Tilly Norbert. I'm just going to call her that.
Tilly Norbert,
sure. That's funny. When we were talking about her as like replacing other actors and whatnot. Yeah, obviously that replaces an actor.
One actor. All the other jobs are still there. It's not as damning as an entire production.
But the amount, you see that, and it's like the amount of people you've cut out of that.
It's insane.
Yeah, so I think, as I say, it's kind of in a weird sort of way. It's kind of good that this exists to show. Yeah. No, don't do this.
Because ultimately, we all know that making something fully AI is bad.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened, so we don't technically have proof. But now we have solid proof that, yes, this is bad.
Yeah.
And here is your proof that this is bad, but let's use it to get AI banned.
But these kind of things are the kind of things you probably wouldn't have thought about until something like this comes along. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an
interesting topic.
And as when you first sent that to me, I was like, is that even real? Like,
I told you at first when I sent you, I don't even know if this is real. Like, I'm going to look it up.
I was like, can you like cross-reference that? Can you fact that, check that? Because I don't know if that's real. And it just seemed like too...
It seemed like one of those headlines that just want you to click on it so they get money.
It was like, the opposite.
Clickbait.
It seemed like
clickbait.
Yeah.
It sounded like clickbait.
Yeah,
but
real. Yeah.
Genuinely real. And, that was surprising. But that is news.
That is news, yeah.
That is part one news.
Is that everything we got?
I believe it is.
Yeah, that's all
let me just check my list to see, just in case there's anything else. Oh,
he's got a new phone.
I do have a new phone. Yeah, I got a new phone. Picked up on Friday. It's very neat.
It's your bank number.
Oh no! Oh no! My store code is 676767. Oh no! I did watch the Anaconda remake with Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah, that came out. Yeah,
that was actually quite fun. It was the remake of Anaconda is about remaking Anaconda, and it's got that kind of nice multi-layer to it.
It's like Goosebumps, the Goosebumps movie that Jack Black did.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a fun time. Let's see recently that's new. A new Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa Amazon Prime original came out recently called The Wrecking Crew, which I watched last night.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it. It was all right. Oh, you just had that there? Oh my god!
That was kind of
it was just there on the top of the pile.
Perfect.
But yeah, it was alright. It was an Amazon Prime action movie, so it was.
You know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting, and it didn't have John Cena, so it was.
Worst movie ever. 1 out of 10.
The Amazon Prime originals are good if they have John Cena. You should be ashamed of
yourself, Disney. No, it's not Disney. What am I about? It's Prime. You should be ashamed of yourself, Amazon.
Anyway, I think it's time to get on to part 2, where we're going to talk about
28 years
later,
the
Boner Temple.
No.
What? Samson. 28 inches later.
Oh! That's disgusting.
Bro, I'm glad I didn't watch it in 4D.
The number of the beast.
Oh my god. That's a place to start, though. That's a place to start. That kneeler up of Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden.
Such a good.
I've never really listened to Iron Maiden before.
Obviously, throughout you had the Duran Duran needle drops, which I really loved because I love Duran Duran, and those songs like "Girls on Film" and "Ordinary World."
Duran.
Shut up. But no, I mean, "Ordinary World" is a fantastic, and I think the lyrics of that really suited the world that we're in the 28 years films.
Yeah.
But the Number of the Beast bit, oh my god, that was so cool.
That was really.
It is by far the part of the film that has stuck with me most. Obviously, spoilers for part 2.
Oh yeah, spoilers for part 2 as usual.
But you kind of know. Like we're this far into the podcast, you kind of know what we're doing. But yeah, 28 years later. So this also as well, it's interesting because it's the first film that we're covering that is a direct sequel to another film that we covered. Obviously, 28 years later.
Because obviously, in terms of sequels. We've watched a few Marvel movies, but they're not direct sequels to each other. They're just the next one in the franchise.
Like Thunderbolts isn't like a direct no.
Fantastic Four isn't a direct sequel to Thunderbolts.
That's what I meant.
And that's not a direct sequel to Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
But those are just in the same franchise. But this is the first direct sequel we've done to a movie. So we did 28 years later. I think February last year.
No, it was July.
July?
Yeah, it was
wow.
Yeah, it was that quick. Yeah.
Oh, February was Wolfman.
Yeah, what are about? Yeah.
Wow, that was that's really recent to have a movie come out in July and then a sequel in January. Wow, I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but it's obviously a different director because I think Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are still writing and producing this one, but the director was Nia DaCosta, who did the Marvels. Yeah,
which is not a good start, but I think she's redeemed herself a little bit.
What I would say, I do think that, because I haven't seen the Marvels, but I've seen bits of it, and it does
bad.
It looks ass.
It's just bad. It's probably one of the worst Marvel movies.
But I think with that, you've got to think, she was probably just chewed up and spat out by the Marvel machine. Oh,
especially like the early 20s Marvel machine. Prior to last year's kind of renaissance here.
Yeah.
Like 23, 24 was a dull time.
But
23 had like Guardians 3, which was good. But everything else in like 23 and 24 was
rough. I mean,
dog water.
And then there's Deadpool.
That was 25, wasn't it?
24.
No, that was 24.
Yeah. You think of Brave New World?
No, it's just like my perception of time is really tricky right now.
But
we're old. Yeah,
we are. Yeah, we're getting on.
Danny, we're old.
We're getting on. But no, I think she is a very good director. I think visually, the film is directed very well. And it's it still kind of feels in line with what 20 years was doing.
So this film follows on from the very confusing ending of 28 years later with the Jimmy Savile gang.
It's so weird. It's so weird saying that out loud.
And I would also like to throw a PSA out to our American viewers. Some of you have been cosplaying as Jimmy Crystal.
Please don't.
Please don't. You may not know, but this character is based on Jimmy Savile, one of the most notorious predators of English history.
Please don't.
We know it's Jimmy Savile without the movie telling us because we're British, but you may not know. Please stop cosplaying as Jimmy Savile. Thank you.
Please. We don't need that.
This has been a public safety announcement. But it's very surreal seeing people turn up to the cinema in America dressed as Jimmy Crystal.
It's so weird.
It's kind of sick, but kind of funny as well because I don't think they understand.
I don't think they realize.
They don't understand what's going on.
It's kind of funny, but also it's like horrible to see.
Because you go into like the videos of people doing this in the comments about British people, and they're like, "What the hell?
Yeah, it's like,
what are you doing?"
It's like, don't do that.
And then you've got people simping over Jimmy Crystal, and it's like, no, but you don't understand. This is you don't understand.
That's great.
You don't understand.
Don't do that.
It's not good.
No.
But ultimately, though, the character of Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal,
like Jack O'Connell's character.
Yeah, he was quite a very well acted character. He's quite an interesting guy in his little gang of Jimmys.
He really did steal the show, like proper like scenery chewing. He steals the show and whatnot. And can be very funny and very bonkers.
He's very funny in a dark way.
Yeah, I would say this is probably weirdly like the funniest 28 Years film or 28 film. I don't know what do you call the franchise?
The 28 franchise.
Yeah, I think
it probably is.
I would say it's the funniest.
Between that and Dr. Kelman dancing with Samson in the middle of the night, completely naked, is probably
funny. Yeah.
It's probably the most surreal and funniest of the movies.
But I think that brings me to arguably one of my biggest flaws of the film.
Yeah,
is that I weirdly feel like kind of strays a bit too far from what the 28 franchise.
I mean, it's not horror, right? This one. The other ones were horror. This is not a horror.
You have some horrible sequences. Obviously, there's that bit where they're like
the charity. They're doing the charity.
Where they're like skinning their.
That was a horror watch.
That's horrible. Like,
but it's not like it's scary horror. It's
gruesome. It's nasty. It's gruesome. Yeah.
It's so horror.
It's disturbing. It is disturbing, but it is.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily mind it leaning into comedy, but I think for me it's the fact that you don't really feel that like zombie threat. Obviously, there is the whole plot line with Kelson trying to cure
Samson.
Samson, yeah. I forget his name.
With this massive dong.
That was so funny.
I watched the movie in Screen X as well, so it's got the screens up the side. Sometimes you just see it coming in.
Oh, that's horrible. That is so horrible.
That's it. It was very weird watching this movie in Screen X. You could see more of what was going on and everything with like the wider scenery. Yeah. But then you just see him strolling up, and because it's such a big clear screen, you just see it. You just see it coming up.
You're gonna say something you're gonna regret.
But it was an interesting design choice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's biologically accurate. But
the last thing that the Coleman sees is just Samson's massive dong headlights. 666 inches, the number of the dong.
I already made the 666 joke, right? I already made
you got another one. But it was quite interesting.
I did like that plotline though. Yeah. It's him trying to cure the infected.
Yeah, and also you do get Samson starting to talk again and remembering
his humanity. And I do think that's kind of an interesting contrast to the Jimmy Gang, who are arguably as monstrous,
worse
than the infected and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But I do that kind of is the issue that I'm kind of thinking about. It's it feels like the zombie threat outside of the odd couple of scenes with a couple of randos that get killed off. You don't really feel that threat. For me, at least, I don't really feel it too much throughout. And also with the kind of added humour of the Jimmy Gang and how kind of larger than life they are, but also how kind of stupid some of them are. It kind of makes you sort of think, how have they survived? How have they actually survived this whole escapade? How have they survived all these years? It doesn't really... To me, it's kind of how,
It is Dr. Kelson, yeah. I was trying to remember if it was Kelson or Kelman.
Kelson, yeah.
Kelman is a character from the lore of the Smiler roller coaster. I've got the shirt on.
Oh yeah, you have.
And so I was like, is it Kelson or Kelman?
Yes, Kelson. Yeah, it's Kelson.
But it's Dr. Kelson, and he's hearing Samson. Dr. Kelson and Jimmy are such different main characters.
Yeah, I do really like their rapport when they meet. And
the way they kind of, the way that Kelson kind of deals with Jimmy and his really dark energy.
Yeah.
And Kelson's really chill about it. He's very laid back and relaxed. He's not scared. He's not overly
composed.
fearful. He's very composed.
He sees like logic and reason and whatnot.
Yeah. He kind of values the conversation.
Yeah, he does.
Despite the fact that the other guy is like replacement Jimmy Savile here.
Yeah.
He agrees to do this whole thing where he pretends to be the devil, old Nick. And he has this whole really cool... he goes really over the top with pyrotechnics and all that.
The sound speakers. It's
so cool, my God. It was very... and when the song came on as well, a woman one row back into the right was saying the intro word for word. She knew it and everything.
Oh, that's cool. Like the spoken bit.
Yeah, the spoken bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I think I was saying about the... you kind of... I feel like you lose the stakes of how they're kind of leaning more to kind of a dark comedy angle. And with the absence of a lot of the zombies, I think this focus on the Jimmy cult. I don't know. Because even though 28 Years was something quite different from... Because a lot of people, they've kind of turned on 28 Years, I've seen. In a way.
Well, I think all the movies are quite different if you think about it.
They are, and I will grant you that. Obviously, 28 weeks obviously more action based, but I feel like that even then, even if I don't personally think it worked fully in how it was executed, I don't think taking an action route necessarily is a problem. I think for me, some of the character stuff and some of the kind of style choices, just that, I have personal reasons why I don't.
I mean, obviously, the third one years later was quite different because it was more a case of they were going from a community where they're still alive and they were going and exploring.
Yeah.
The Badlands, really.
Like for me, with 28 years, there was that it almost felt like a folk horror film. Yeah. In the wilderness and whatnot, as opposed to like the kind of gritty city.
It's like we've got our safe community, but if you go to the outside, there's something bad there.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first one, everything was the outside that had bad things.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this one is very different. It's got a lot less focus on the zombies. Obviously, a lot more about the Jimmy Gang, and Spike gets a little relegated in this one, but I imagine he will have more in the next one.
True, but that is, I think, my main issue because
that kid is a good actor.
He's a really good actor, but also the best part of 28 years for me is that a lot of people criticize that film for how different the first, second, and third acts are. You have a lot of different plot. You have obviously the stuff on the island with their cult. You have Kelson. You have the stuff with Spike and his mother and whatnot. And and obviously all the zombie stuff in between and whatnot. And then the Jimmy stuff at the very end and whatnot,
which was insane.
Yeah, and whilst I will grant you that there is quite a lot going on in that, for me, I think the kind of connective thing with Spike as a character, he's the beating heart of that film. He, despite all the changes throughout that film and all the different locations, he is the one constant throughout. And obviously his love for his mother and the kind of grief that he goes through, when she passes away. For me, I mean, that was really emotionally impactful, and for me, it's probably the highlight of the series, in my opinion. But having that consistency throughout, despite all the changing elements, that's why I think it works. But not having that here, having him completely sidelined, I think is a real detriment to the film, because it's his character that I think grounds it.
That said, he does still ground the Jimmy Gang quite a lot in his role with how he kind of reacts very different to it, and how one of the other Jimmys kind of like interacts with him and takes pity on him, and they kind of end up going off together. Yeah. Like he does offer a nice contrast to the rest of the Jimmy Gang.
That is true, but
he is very much taking a back seat in this one.
Yeah, and I just feel like I just would have liked more focus on him.
I don't mind too much because I know he's probably gonna have more again in the next one, and so it's like a temporary fallback rather than like getting cut out as a character, because like you kind of know he's going to come back into it.
Yeah, but I also feel like he's not really progressed a lot in this film. Like I say, from the start of 28 years to the end of 28 years, he had progressed so much in that film. Whereas at the end of the last film, he's off running from the infected, and he meets someone called Jim. At the end of this film, he's running off from the infected and meets someone called Jim.
Yeah,
doesn't he? Which we'll get to at the ending of the film in a minute. But that's the thing, he hasn't really progressed in this film. It's because there's so little focus given to him. I just wish there was more. I really wish there was more. And I think he's quite a grounded character, but Kelson and Jimmy are very larger than life.
In very different ways.
Yeah, very different ways. And I just think, for me, it felt a bit more... what people were saying about the 28 years about it being quite disjointed, I felt that with this in a way. Okay. We have Kelson stuff and whatnot, and then you have Jimmy stuff, and it just feels a bit, I don't know, a bit back and forth, and doesn't have that consistency throughout. Which I would say, those are my main kind of issues, like Spike having a lack of focus, the sort of tonal inconsistency, and the lack of like the sort of zombie threat looming over. I think you could definitely explore this interesting pocket of the world. But I think you lose that sense of the zombies are still a threat here.
Yeah.
By focusing so much on them. And as I said with the humour, you just sort of think, how have they survived all these years? Because it kind of seems a bit implausible how stupid a lot of them actually are.
Yeah.
It feels a bit, how have they actually... I mean, how fickle they actually believe that Kelson is Satan just because he's got some, red stuff on him.
Yeah.
It's like, they're that thick. I don't know. It's a bit...
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to be the oddball and say this was probably the one in the entire series I enjoyed the most.
I don't think that's not an oddball, because I think I've heard a lot of people say that this is their favourite.
I think just because, like, it feels more different than the others, and obviously because it's not a franchise I've been overly connected with. I've kind of enjoyed having something that's more different.
Yeah,
I enjoyed kind of the dual stories. I enjoyed how different they were and the themes they had, and then the ending where all kind of converged.
As I do love the ending. I can't deny that. But, like visually as well, but all the fire and the shot, like the overhead shot of when all the fire, the ring of fire. I do love that. I love all the camera work, and Jimmy's fate as well. I think is really quite disturbing, but quite effective.
Yeah, I think it really nails the point.
Literally.
Yeah.
It took me a second to go.
That was the point.
Yeah. But I do like actually you mentioned about the film is quite different from the others, and what I do like actually is the variety that you get with these films. So 28 Days, obviously quite traditional horror, sort of the found footage element and quite grounded, gritty horror, zombie horror. 28 Weeks, obviously more of the action route. 28 Years, that kind of, as I say, sort of folk horror with that family drama in there. Yeah. And then this, more sort of like a pulpy, dark comedy. I do like having those different flavors. It does make them unique and stand out.
I'm
do
interested
like
to see where the next one goes. Yeah. I do hope that has its own original flavor as well.
Yeah, I do. I'm excited to see where they're going to wrap this sort of new trilogy up. And obviously they're bringing back Cillian Murphy's character Jim, who I got a real kick out of seeing him again.
Yes,
because he was amazing in 28 Days for me. I loved him in that.
Yes, his performance is quite good.
I think he probably is my favorite character across the whole series. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do in terms of how they're gonna wrap it up and whatnot. But it'd be interesting to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch it. I mean, again, none of these movies are really anywhere near my favorite kind of things, but I'm invested enough to want to know where it goes next.
Yeah, definitely.
Because again, I've probably mentioned before, I have the Cineworld Unlimited card. I don't pay per movie.
Yeah.
I don't lose anything other than time by going and watching a movie like this. And so, it doesn't cost me, so why not go and see it? And, because these movies are decent. They're fair. They're good enough. Like, none of them are bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are definitely...
so, I don't see any reason not to watch the next one.
Yeah, fair enough. And I don't know when that actually will be. I think it's 2027, isn't it?
I said an entire trilogy in the space of, 2-3 years is not bad. So, what year is that? 26 or 7?
I'm not doing it. I'm not bloody doing it.
They did it at the pantomime.
It's not announced when.
It's not got a date yet.
Not got a release date yet. But
yeah, it was overall, a solid movie. I think I'd give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. So 6 or 7. Genuinely.
You're just
genuinely.
trying to make that.
No, but genuinely, 6 or 7, somewhere around.
I would probably say 7 out of 10. I said because I loved 28 Years. I don't want to say this is disappointing because I don't think it is. Some elements of it were, but I did get a lot. I think the highs of the film were really high. As I say, some of the gory sequences, the performances, some of these interesting ideas, the whole Iron Maiden sequence at the end, Jim returning. There's some great moments throughout. I just wish it had been connected a bit more. I think the connective tissue was a bit wonky at points. And I think I got more out of, as a whole, I got more out of 28 Years, personally.
Overall, though, massive step up for the director. Maybe there's hope yet for Taika Waititi.
To be fair, though, I think Nia DaCosta, she has said that the finished product of the Marvels was not the script that she wrote, and I think she's going to come out and said that was not the film I was making, really.
Although I would have to wonder whether that's just trying to damage control.
It doesn't surprise me because obviously Marvel is very homogenized. A lot of their stuff is, but Taika Waititi though with Love and Thunder, I
liked it.
I cannot.
Personally, I
cannot stand Love and Thunder. It's no.
But
I think a lot of Love and Thunder's mistakes were of his own making because it feels he really overloaded it with his humor. Yeah, I feel like Thor Ragnarok was kind of
Ragnarok had a good balance of the comedy.
Yeah, I'd be interested to look at the older Thor movies.
Dark World is not good.
To be honest,
Dark World is objectively worse than Love and Thunder.
I know they're not good, but I'm interested because I say what we have of Thor now is so different to what he was then.
And they're so much better off for it.
True, but I'm genuinely interested to look back and see what was, I'm just interested to see that, I think, in retrospect. It's kind of cool. And with Doomsday's taking a more somber tone with his character.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Doomsday.
Yeah, it could be interesting. But we'll probably be Spotlight in December when it comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm very interested to see what it's about.
It sounds like, based off of everything I've heard from reports and actors and people working on it, it sounds like it is just giving people what they want. And it's going to be, it feels like this and Secret Wars is going to be the conclusion of the MCU as we know it.
I hope so.
And then if we get something new afterwards, it's like a fresh slate, that might happen. But I think the MCU ends with Secret Wars as we know it.
I think it needs to end at some point.
Like, a good thing can't go on too long, because otherwise it will just get bad. You see this lots, especially with TV shows, that will go on forever, and then by the end it's like, this is just dog water. Why are we still watching?
But you've seen it happen with the MCU, like post-Endgame.
I mean, we're getting better movies now that they're not pouring all their efforts into making 4 TV shows a year that no one wants to watch. They're still making TV shows that no one wants to watch. I mean, Wonder Man just came out. I'm probably not going to watch that.
Who cares?
I don't know what that's about. And then,
why would we watch it?
I think we had some last year. We had, I think Agatha was last year. That was it.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Who asked for it? I'm firmly believe they only made like 2 or 3 good TV shows. Like WandaVision was good, Loki was good. I think Hawkeye's okay as its own thing. The first season of What If was good.
I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Most of the rest has not been good.
I don't think I watched anything beyond What If. I don't think I watched.
Hawkeye's quite nice. It's set at Christmas. It's got a nice little vibe.
I did watch the first episode of that. I liked the Rogers musical. I did.
The Rogers musical.
I liked that bit.
That's probably the best thing they've done in TV.
Yeah. I kind of want like a stage version of that now. But,
Can we get to talk to the theatre about it again? Hey, can we put Rogers the musical?
Maybe. But yeah, 28 years. We got sidetracked with Marvels. But But 28 years, Bone Temple. I enjoyed it. It was nice to have a January release that we were kind of looking forward to, even if obviously it wasn't perfect.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to this.
Because obviously last January we didn't have anything. We pulled from December and did Sonic 3, and then February we really picked up the little things we had.
Wolfman.
And again, Wolfman's not bad, but that was the best February had to offer.
It's the most. Well, I mean, technically it came out in January, but you know what I mean.
Like that period. It was the best that period had to offer for us. So it was. It's not a bad film. It's fine.
It's the most movie ever made.
It's the most. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing objectively bad about it. It's fine. But that was the best that time of year had to offer.
We were like, what else can we do? You know?
So it was good that we had this.
Like part of the reason that we do the Oscars episode is because there's nothing else in that time. You know. But like in a minute, we've obviously Iron Lung.
I would have loved to spotlight Iron Lung.
That would be.
I would have really liked to do that.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But
the thing is, we've had obviously 28 years. Iron Lung quite prominent. Send Help. There's The Rip, the one on Netflix with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a
what do you mean Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are doing a movie together? I've not heard about it.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original. It looks like a bit of a generic action thriller.
Yeah, a lot of them.
There's also that like Return to Silent Hill, which is apparently dog shit.
My parents watched it. I didn't ask them how it was actually, so I'll ask them. But I've heard a lot of the game fans didn't like it.
Apparently that's ass, but yeah, that's the thing.
But no, I would have loved to have done Iron Lung, actually. That would have been a really cool, unique spotlight. But I am quite glad we talked about this as well.
To have that continuation from the previous time we talked about.
Yeah.
Years.
It's almost a shame if we had another episode we needed to do between this and the Oscars, I would have said, hey, let's just do Iron Lung.
Yeah, I would be tempted.
Because that is such a unique situation in Hollywood that you don't get very often.
Maybe we could pull something out of our houses.
To be fair, we could always see about doing this small mini spotlight in between episodes of, hey, let's just do the spotlight segment by itself.
Maybe.
And let's just talk about Iron Lung for 20 minutes.
If you're up for that.
If you want to hear us talk more about Iron Lung after he's watched it, let us know in the comments.
I've got to watch it first, though, so yeah.
Yeah, because I think that is an interesting one to come back to, because that is it's very different to everything else out there.
Yeah,
it's even just the concept of the film existing is interesting.
Definitely.
Anyways, we're going to go on to part 3 now. We're going to talk about Bonkers movies.
In the words of what's in it, Dizzy Rascal. Bonkers, Can you please edit that song into here?
Bonkers.
Possibly. We'll see it's copyright.
Oh, we got it. Perfect. Bonkers, boom, dude. It's such a great song. But yeah, we thought to contrast last episode, which was very heavy.
We needed a recovery from last episode.
And I thought, let's just go all out. Let's go. Just Bonkers movies. So, you start.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Well, I'm starting strong. I need to pull up the wiki because this is the one that I told you earlier.
I told you earlier.
This is one I'm going to read the plot to you because it's so absolutely batshit.
Okay.
So let me just open it up. But I want to talk about a movie that I think was from 2013.
Can I ask, have I seen any of these?
I have no clue.
Okay.
You may know of them. I don't know if you've seen them.
Okay, good start. Let
me load up the wiki page. So the first movie I want to talk about is the 2013 movie, the Harry Hill movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It is the most insane movie I have ever seen.
Are you shitting me? Are we serious?
It is the most absolutely ridiculous movie I've ever seen.
Kidding me? I did not expect you to pull that one. I haven't seen it, but you're...
Oh god, I gotta read the plot. The plot is insane.
Hang on, let me... fucking Harry Hill movie. You know, I just remembered, this is the same director as Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking director.
So let me get a picture of Harry Hill for our American friends who don't know him.
And the guy who directed it as well, Steve Benlack, he also did some of the League of Gentlemen stuff.
Okay.
So he did the League of Gentlemen Christmas special, the League of Gentlemen movie. I love League of Gentlemen, it's great.
So for the people who don't know who Harry Hill is, this is him. He is a very famous British comedian. You probably can't see him well, he just looks like a pair of floating glasses. But Harry Hill...
I know him from You've Been Framed. I've watched,
He hosted You've Been Framed. He did a few of his own shows.
Who've Been Framed?
America's Funniest Home Videos, British version, basically.
Pretty much. You get 250 quid for sending in videos of you falling off trampoline. And I think I tried to, do fake them. I used to try and, fake them, me pretending to fall off the trampoline and whatnot. Can we get on Harry Hill?
Yeah.
You've Been Framed.
But so he's a very famous comedian in England. He's had a few of his own TV shows and everything, but just comedy shows.
But now the thing is that Try Not to Laugh videos are basically replaced.
Yeah, they've replaced You've Been Framed. However, let me explain the plot without you laughing.
Is this a Try Not to Laugh challenge?
Yeah, this is the Try Not to Laugh challenge. Okay. I'm going to explain the plot of the Harry Hill movie, and you're not going to laugh. It begins. It begins! You cracked on it begins! This is how all movies start. It begins.
Well, not Pulp Fiction.
It ends.
Yeah, that literally...
Wait, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first scene is also the last scene.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so the movie begins. Harry Hill... I can't do this! I can't do this, oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Harry Hill has a scooter chase with his grandmother. His grandmother, who he refers to as Nan, and she doesn't know that it's him. Afterwards, Harry is sent to get a chicken for lunch, but the chicken fires a machine gun at him and throws a grenade, which Harry throws back in the chicken shed, blowing the chicken up.
What? This is real.
Nan tells Harry about the story of his twin brother Otto, who was abandoned by Nan in the 1970s. Not even by his parents, by Nan.
Who is Nan?
I don't know. Nan claims it's because that she couldn't look after Otto as well, and Otto was raised by Alsatians.
What?
He was raised by Alsatians. Now Harry explains to Nan that she's told him this story many times.
To be fair, that's accurate to my grandparents. They do that a lot.
Suddenly, Harry and Nan then discover their beloved pet hamster Abu is ill.
Abu? Are you kidding?
So they take him to the vet. Ed the vet and his assistant Kisco claim that Abu has just a week to live, and he is almost put down until Harry takes him back home. Ed and Kisco are then revealed to be working for Otto, who wants a boo for himself.
Oh, I don't know. You've already lost me. I don't know where we are.
Ed and Kisco then disguise themselves as a priest and a nun in an attempt to capture a boo. But it goes wrong when Harry walks in on the two trying to kill a boo, and he thinks they're having gay sex.
What?
That's what it says.
Are you reading the whole? You can't be reading the whole. Yep. The whole thing. We're not making it through this. We're not making it through this, but okay.
With the two gone, Abu reveals that he would like to spend his last week alive visiting Rihanna.
What?
Yep, Rihanna.
That Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Why?
Harry, who cannot communicate with hamsters, misinterprets it as him wanting to go to Blackpool. So Harry, Nan, and Abu set off in their Rover P6 to Blackpool. Ed and Kisco pursue the group on the road, driving a giant mobile traffic cone, but they end up in Blackpool by mistake.
Oh, come on, are you kidding?
So they stay for a night at a B&B owned by the band The Magic Numbers.
Oh.
The next day, Harry...
Do you need a drink of water?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Harry and Nan take Abu on a personal guided tour around a nuclear power plant. The Ed and Kisco attempt to catch Abu again disguised as cleaners, only for radiation to temporarily transform them into giant kaiju-esque monsters.
Pacific Rim ain't got shit.
Later...
Are you alright? Do you actually need a drink?
I'm good. Later, Harry, Nan, and Abu encounter Barney Cull.
Barney?
A member of the Shell People. Barnacle. Who asked Harry and the others to save his people's children from a gift shop. The heist is a success. They are invited back to the Shell People's cave where Harry falls in love for the Shell King Conch's daughter, Michelle.
Gay.
This was for his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, still. Gay.
But he leaves being unable after he realizes he's unable to cope with living underwater. The three continue their road trip only to end up in a boxing match set up by Ed, disguised as a ringmaster-like referee. Harry has to fight Kisco to keep Abu and successfully wins a free stick of rock.
Free stick of fuck off.
A stick of rock.
I mean, it is Blackpool, so of course. Yeah.
Later on, the car runs out of petrol in the middle of the woods.
Where are we?
And in the middle of the woods.
We're in this.
Your room.
How long is? Oh my
Almost
god!
there.
How long
Almost
is this
there.
shit? How long is this fucking premise?
So later on, they run out of petrol in the middle of the woods, and they leave Abu behind trying to find a petrol station, and he's almost kidnapped again by Ed and Kisco, only to leave the car in pieces. The car's just in pieces now, apparently.
Like, there you go.
Meanwhile, Otto teams them up with a master of disguise fox, Renard Depardieu. Yep.
What's up with this?
It teams up with a fox, sure. Harry, Nan, and Abu hitch a ride in a limo with Ed and Kisco disguised as Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez.
Oh!
And then they arrive in Blackpool to watch a show featuring the Daxon 5, a tribute band to the Jackson 5.
That's shocking. Also, I've just read the cast. Johnny Vegas is the voice of the
Yep, Johnny Vegas is the hamster.
And Jude Law is Nan.
Yeah. And
That's
so
brilliant.
Harry is reunited with Michelle, much to Nan's dismay, and Abu is finally kidnapped and replaced with Renard in a hamster hoodie. So they put a fox in a hamster hoodie to replace the hamster.
What is
Harry and Nan look for Abu. They find a trail of barbecue beef hula hoops to Otto's hideout, where Otto reveals his plan to turn Abu into a model figurine for his collection as an act of revenge for being deserted. During a fight between the two, Nan reveals that she got rid of Otto because she kept getting him and Harry confused with each other.
And I've just looked as well because it's Matt Lucas.
Yeah, it's Matt Lucas! After being chased away, oh my god! After being chased away by killer brains, Harry and Nan are saved by the Shell People, including Barney Cull, who shoots one of the brains with a bazooka, to which Nan accepts his and Michelle's love. Harry pursues Otto to the top of the Blackpool Tower. This is such a British movie. Nan rescues him and Abu in a helicopter. Otto is defeated, and Ed and Kisco reformed.
The fucking Blackpool Tower.
Harry catches Abu sucking on a green felt tip pen.
Sorry.
Harry catches Abu sucking on a green felt tip pen, which turns out to be the cause of Abu's illness, meaning that he was not actually dying. Oh my god! Ed explains that hamsters like sucking on felt tips. And he gave it to Abu so that he would be sick and to start the whole plan. Even though Harry points out that you could have just kidnapped Abu then.
Sucking on felt tips.
Everyone celebrates in the Shell People's cave by singing "You Got the Love."
Is that it?
The end.
Fuck me.
That's the Harry Hill movie. See what I mean? It's the most bizarre, bonkers thing I've ever watched in my life. I want to watch it again now.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
My chest hurts.
And it's embarrassing after that. Is there anything else you want to add to that, or does that just say it? Does that explain it all?
That explains the whole thing. I don't need to explain why it's bonkers now. Reading the plot explains it for me.
I don't think. Yeah,
I don't need to say anything else. That is the most bonkers movie I've ever seen in my life.
But the main question is, do you enjoy it?
I don't remember. This was 2013.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
I think I enjoyed it, but it was bonkers.
I love the fact, because I've looked at the cast, I love the fact that fucking Simon Bird from The Inbetweeners is in it.
Yeah.
I love that. Fucking Will from The Inbetweeners is in this. I love
this. Is a very British movie.
Oh, I can tell.
With the fact that, is it Blackpool fucking sticker rock?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh my god. But so that's the Harry Hill movie.
Okay, so
I don't think you're going to be able to top this in bonkersness.
I don't think I can. I really don't think I can top that.
That said, I don't know what you're going to pick.
Yeah.
You've not disguised any of yours to me.
Yeah.
I have a guess on one.
Go for it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is when you finally mention Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No.
Wow, okay. I thought that might come up.
No. Sadly not.
Because I was talking to my parents about what bonkers movies can I talk about, and they said, well, Everything Everywhere All at Once was pretty bonkers. And I was like, I didn't see that one though, did I?
You should though. You should.
I should. I just, too many films, not enough time.
True.
You should watch Pig.
But the first one I will talk about, I will give you a clue. It's on that poster, my Bond poster. Just out there. Are you alright then?
My chest
Are you
hurts.
alright? Are you okay?
Is it The Spy Who Shagged Me?
That's The Spy Who Loved Me, you idiot.
I could have talked about the Austin Powers movies.
You could have done.
I haven't. I think at some point we could do a ranking of those.
That could be fun. I mean, I did a ranking video of them on my channel years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, which Bond movie is it?
Which one? Have a guess. Which one do you think it will be?
Can I just point out how crazy the poster for Your Eyes Only is?
Yeah.
That would not fly today.
Oh yeah, the one with the legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't that one, because that one's more grounded.
Is it Moonraker?
Bingo,
the fact that it's in space.
Yeah, bingo. You've got
it. Surely.
Yeah, it's Moonraker. So, because that was actually the first Bond film that I watched, Moonraker. So
that was your first Bond. It's so like I have not seen most of these films, but I know how out there Moonraker is. Mm-hmm. That's like that. I don't feel that's like a really weird first film to go in.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's first film. It's one of the more childish Bond films, and I think when you're younger, it's probably more appealing because you've got a lot of like space spectacle in it. Yeah. But yeah, that was my first Bond film. It's Roger Moore, 1979, so it's him at like the peak of his powers as Bond. And I say it's kind of easy to see why, because it's the one where James Bond goes to outer space. You can't get more
James Bond in outer space.
You can't get more Bonds than that. So it starts off kind of normal. Obviously, I say kind of normal. You've got a shuttle is hijacked and it's stolen.
Everyday situation.
And then Bond,
completely normal.
And then Bond has to, he has to save the day and whatnot.
Yeah.
The best, the pre-titles, you've got M calling Moneypenny. It's like is 007 back? And she's like, he's on his last leg, sir. And then it match cuts to him feeling the warmest leg on the plane. And it's like, holy shit! You couldn't get away with that nowadays.
No.
But it's funny.
Different times.
But it's funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck. And then you get a genuinely really great action scene like in Freefall.
Yeah.
Where Bond's fighting a baddie in Freefall, and then you obviously return Jaws, the henchman, with the one with the metal teeth.
Yeah.
He gets a girlfriend in this one.
Okay.
Yeah. He turns good in the end, but he also gets a girlfriend. Yeah. And there's a whole myth that she had braces, and that's why he loves him. But it's not. It's not true. It's genuinely not true. But it's a whole thing. But then when they first meet, it's like that sort of sweeping romantic music. It's actually they use that, and it's ridiculous. There's a lot of like tropes of the era, big megalomaniac villain. I think Moonraker, there's a lot of depth there. There's a lot of great stuff in there in terms of like the plot, but there's also so many bonkers because it is proper like excessive and just out there spectacle. You've got Bond in Venice and he's in a chase in a gondola. And then it's like a speedboat gondola, and then he goes onto land, and it's like a whole gondola, and he's going all around the Venice Square, and then you've got like a double taking pigeon. Yes, you've got a double taking pigeon, but they don't. The thing is, they just don't reverse the footage. They don't. It's not actually a pigeon double taking. It's just
it's just they play it forward, back.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's the type of shit I do on some of my videos when I edit YouTube. I'm just like, I'm going to play forward, backwards, forward. That's so...
that's genuinely what they do.
That type of humour is still funny.
In 1979, it's brilliant.
That's really funny.
But you've got so many great like innuendos. You've got obviously like space lasers and shit. You've got
lasers.
Yeah, they do. There's a whole part where they have like laser guns.
Oh my god!
You've got Drax. You've got Drax and his army in space, and then you've got the US.
Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not that Drax. Not that Drax. Not that guy.
That would be very weird.
It would, yeah. But there's not.
Can we throw John Cena in for fun?
Sorry?
Can we throw John Cena in as well?
He's already there, but you can't see him.
Oh yeah. He's in every movie. You just
yeah. But yeah, and then you've got like the US Marines and the big space battle. It's a really great sequence, but it's so overblown and dumb. And you've got Bond killing the baddie. Like he's got him at gunpoint, and then Bond puts his hand up. And he's got like a wrist dart thing, and it fires at him. And then he stood out like an airlock, and then he's like, "Take a giant step for mankind." And he just gets sucked into the vacuum of space.
I've never been more sold on a Bond movie in my life. Oh, this actually sounds peak.
You've got to watch Moonraker. Oh, it's so good. And then the best part is, I kind of don't want to spoil it, but it's the very ending. Because obviously it's like Bond shagging a woman in the end. There's always.
I think you told me about this actually.
It's the one where it's like what's Bond? They get him on the screen on the in the sort of like control room on Earth and whatnot, and they're making out. There's no gravity, so they're just floating out.
Oh my god,
they're floating, and they're just and then they're like, what's Bond doing? And then Q, the gadget guy, he comes up with the best innuendo I've ever heard. And it's like, I think he's attempting re-entry, sir. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And
that's up there with Christmas Only Comes Once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the well, there's not enough. That's the Pierce Brosnan one. Yeah. That's that one.
It's up there with that.
Oh, I think that's probably the best Bond innuendo ever.
Oh,
it's so good.
Wow.
Yeah. As I say, like I do love Moonraker. Like it is often derided because it was 1979, so very much cashing in on like the Star Wars trend at the time.
Yeah.
And it's quite obvious to see, but I don't mind that because it's like I enjoy sci-fi, so
yeah.
I don't give a fuck, And kind of what we talked about in 28 years, obviously the different films offering something a bit different. It's the reason I love Bond because you can have like Quantum of Solace, gritty Daniel Craig film, and then you can have Moonraker, a campy Roger Moore romp. You can have all different styles throughout the series. They really do. Each one is kind of different.
We're looking that way because the poster's on the wall.
Yeah, my poster's there. Yeah, I've got all 25 Bond movies on there. But yeah, you've got to watch Moonraker. It's so good.
Maybe we should watch it at some point.
Yeah, do a comment. We could do a comment.
Because I was thinking at some point we should do a session where we just meet up and bring a bunch of movies and just do a whole bunch of movies.
That could be fun.
Marathon.
That could be fun.
But yeah, that does sound funny.
Yeah, as much as I love Moonraker, I do think it's genuinely underrated. I think there's a lot there that people do overlook because of its campiness.
Yeah. I think that's easily done with those kind of things.
Especially if that era, the Roger Moore era of Bond, is very light-hearted and campy.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, Bond shouldn't be that, but Bond has always been quite humorous and quite silly to a degree. But it's how far you go with it, and if you just embrace it, it's great. I mean, Fiore's Only, because that's the one that came after, and they literally had to bring Bond back down to earth. Quite literally. Yeah. So they made a lot more of a story beat than that, more grounded and more gritty, which I think really work. A lot of people say, Roger Moore is more light-hearted. He really gives a really good, more grand performance in that film. And when the film is kind of committed to being a bit more grounded and quite realistic, like spy thriller, it works. But it's when they keep those gags and jokes in there, it's at odds with itself. And it's like, do you want to be just another Roger Moore campy romp, or do you want to be something a bit more serious and more character driven? And but not kind of fully committed to that, you don't really, it doesn't really excel in either for me. And that's why Fiore's Only's not really been a favourite of mine. Yeah. But yeah, that's Moonraker. Silly 70s campy fun. Yeah. That's mid. So yeah. So what's your next one?
For my next pick, it would be a dying shame if I did not mention Nicolas Cage in this episode.
He's here. Not here, but
I wish he was here. Imagine that.
Where are you?
He just walks in and he just sits down and is like, "Hey, welcome to Danny's bedroom."
You are. That's really weird.
Well, welcome to the podcast, Mr. Cage.
Welcome to the guest.
I want to talk about Cage film. I want to talk about one that is really bonkers, but isn't stupid. It's still somewhat grounded. Yeah. It's still got quite a good amount of heart to it, but it is also kind of batshit. Right. I want to talk about The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, I have seen it.
You've seen it?
I have seen it. Yeah.
You've seen it?
I thought I told you.
I can remember.
I think we discussed it on the Claire Chronicles podcast all the way back.
Oh, wow.
I think we talked about it then.
Let's talk about it again for our viewers at home.
Yeah, but we have spotted it, yeah.
This movie stars Nicolas Cage
as Nick Cage.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
and stars Nicholas Coppola as Nicky. Nicolas Cage's 90s alter ego that kind of stalks him in his mind.
It's based on Wild at Heart, which you haven't seen it, have you?
I have not, no.
No, it's based on that. He's got that look from that film.
It feels also like it's got a little bit of like his face-off energy in it as well. But yeah, so Nick Cage is struggling to get roles. And he ends up taking a gig for a hefty sum of money to go to a party of a suspected drug dealer. Pedro Pascal. Most of you might know a scene from this movie. There's a scene in which Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal are in a car together, and Nick Cage's got like this really stern look, and Pedro's just there like. That meme is quite
I love that meme.
That meme's quite popular, so you may have seen that meme. Make your own kind of music.
It's that song, yeah.
Yeah,
and also there is also the scene where Pedro Pascal talks about Paddington 2 as his
favorite
movie.
They talk about their top 3 favorite movies, and Nick Cage's like, Paddington 2? And then they watch it and he was like...
It made me cry the whole time, it makes me a bit...
And then they watch it and he's like, oh shit, Paddington 2?
I still haven't seen Paddington 2.
I mean either.
We should watch it now. Just cut the podcast. We should watch it now.
We're watching Paddington 2.
Oh my god,
that was so good! We haven't seen it.
Yeah, I was surprised that you brought this up because it was like.
But and you know, so but there's a really funny scene as well at one point where Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal, their characters, are tripping and they think they're being stalked by people. And then obviously there's like obvious scenes where like because Pedro's character is like this Javi, that's his name, Javi. He's like this mega fan of Nick Cage. He's got all of his memorabilia and everything, and and it's just it's such an insane premise that Nick Cage playing Nick Cage, who has conversations with another version of Nick Cage. There's a really cool deleted scene where they recreate the Face Off with that scene with like I think there's like a mirror scene in Face Off. What do you mean you haven't seen Face Off? What?
I haven't seen it.
It's peak.
I will.
It's peak.
I promise. I'll watch it.
If we do Travolta, I'm
I mean that's kind of a given. That is a given, but yeah.
Face Off is peak. But like, there's a really cool scene where Cage and Travolta having a shoot off, and they recreate that one of the deleted scenes between Nick and Nicky.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's like the scene as well that's really funny where Nicky kisses Nick, and he's like, "You in the movie, he's like, you tell him Nick Cage smooch is good." But no, it's really crazy premise, but it does have a lot of kind of good kind of like nature to it, and you know, there's a lot about the love of movies. There's a lot about, you know, it's got that same also kind of action trope of, you know, his family get kidnapped, you have to go and save them and be an actual action hero.
Like it's a bit like what was I thinking? It was like it was reminding me of something I forgot. I completely forgot what it was. What I was thinking.
We'll wait.
What was it?
We'll wait.
I don't know. I thought it reminded me of another movie, but I can't think.
Skill issue. But yeah.
But to be fair, like, if you took out the whole Nick Cage meta angle, it would probably play as quite a generic action movie.
Probably, but because it's got the meta angle.
Yeah, I think it does. I personally don't adore it. I don't think it's like the best movie ever made or anything. But I do think that having that there, with some really weird bonkers imagery and some cool, funny scenes with him and Pascal, I think it does elevate it to something a bit more than it is. Yeah, which is quite cool. It's cool to have. Nick
Cage referencing The Wicker Man in 2022, though, that was
not on your bingo card.
Yeah, because he was all about his belt buckles. He's like, you seem to get a bee, and I'm like, no, not the bees.
Yeah.
But no, I as a Cage fan, I really like it. Seeing all the little notes to all the different things that he's done and everything.
There's plenty of references to this.
Yeah, and overall as well, he gives a good performance as well.
I agree.
He has a lot of very questionable performances, especially in his 2010 movies. Yeah. But you know, he gives a really good performance, both as himself, but also as this actor who's like past his prime and struggling to get new jobs. And
I do kind of like that sort of how it's like blurring that line, even though he's playing himself, it's a kind of heightened version of himself. Yeah. And I like that kind of blurring the actor with the character. It's kind of I think it's really cool.
I mean, without Cage, it would be a generic movie.
Yeah, I think.
But with Cage, it's elevated, and I do really love the movie.
It's kind of
at one point, it was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And that's kind of worn off for me after the original novelty, but I still regard it quite highly as a Cage movie.
Yeah, I still like it. Yeah.
But you know, I thought I'd bring that one up because I could have brought up some absolute batshit like The Wicker Man.
Yeah, but we already did that.
He's done some other really crazy ones as well. If we hadn't done Willy's Wonderland, that probably would have come up.
I mean, we've both
done Willy's Wonderland at this point. We've all been to Willy's.
Huh? God damn it.
It's funny as well because the Americans don't use Willy as a euphemism that way.
Oh, yeah.
Only we do. So see, when they were writing it, and they wrote that one line that goes there, it's like, you know, he's been to Willy's, and it's like, they don't get the double meaning, but we get it.
Yeah, there's the second thing this podcast that the Americans don't understand that we do.
And the second movie we talked about Willy's. That's your theme. Willy's and Americans not understanding things.
Okay,
that's your second bonkers movie.
It is.
BANANANAS. Bananas.
No, it is MANNEQUIN. I can't spell. Mannequin, yeah.
Mannequin.
Yeah, do you know this one?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
So it's an 80s rom-com, right? It's kind of about, you know.
Wait, I think I know about this. I swear this has something to do with a song by Starship.
It does. So, you know,
Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now.
Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now.
The music video.
It comes from this film.
Oh, because the music video's got mannequins in.
Yeah.
It's got like, okay, so I've seen the music video of Nothing's Gonna Stop Us.
And I think in that video they use clips from the film. But
the
song's written by Diane Warren for this film. And it's in the end credits. But
okay.
But that's the most notable thing of the film, is that it has that song, which is amazing.
It's a decent song.
I love that song.
It's a pretty good song.
But the film, I expected it to be quite a generic rom-com, but oh my god, it's fucking metal. So, the premise is you've got Jonathan, played by Andrew McCarthy, who's quite a common actor of these sort of 80s, kind of like the Brat Pack, sort of, you know, kind of Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that kind of era of sort of teen comedy films and whatnot. So he plays an artist who is a window dresser for a department store, and he falls in love with a mannequin.
As you do.
I'm sure we all,
we've all been there.
However,
we've all been there.
However, this mannequin...
We've all seen the mannequins at Victoria's Secret.
I haven't, but we all have. Oh. Anyway, this mannequin comes alive when nobody else but he sees her. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's also like in the opening of the film, like she was like a woman from like ancient Egypt who, through some like magical bullshit, was imbued with the soul of this mannequin. It's so weird. But
okay.
But yeah, it's such a, and from there it's like he falls in love with her, and they fall in romance, and it's like he has to try and it's through like how they work together overnight, and like they redecorate her sort of display in the window, and then it sort of gets him higher in the food chain in terms of like the employment of the department store in like kind of like marketing and whatnot. But then there's people like rivals and like exes trying to like get at him. It's like, what's he doing here? What's his trick and whatnot? We've all been there. But no, it's really stupid, really bonkers. There's so many weird stuff. Like, also, there's that whole motorbike chase where he's got on the back of like. I think the stupidest bit for me. There's a security guard who's there overnight who tries to like always catch him out, and he's got a dog called Rambo, and one of the lines is, "Guess who draws first blood?" Come on, and it's just like, come on, that makes Rambo 3 look subtle. It's the most. Bear in mind, this is like 1987, so Rambo was quite topical at the time. But it's just like, come on.
Guess who draws first blood?
It's just a fucking pit bull dog. It's brilliant. But I honestly do really enjoy it. As it is dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And such a weird premise in terms of like a romance film. But I found myself quite charmed by it. I think the cast are quite... They understood the assignment. They understood that this is a really cheesy tone for a film. And they kind of really play... And they really play into that, I think. So that's why I find myself actually kind of enjoying it.
I think at this rate, we need to sit down and watch all the movies just from this part 3.
Oh, God.
Because this part 3 is a gold mine.
Could you imagine that?
I think we'd be dead by the end of the day.
Yeah. I think we'd be dead by just from the Harry Hill movie.
I think we'd be dead by daylight, Nick Cage reference.
Oh.
He's in that game.
Oh, is it?
I played that game. I played as Nick Cage when I'm the survivor. It's quite funny that he's just in there. It's quite funny as well because the main villain of FNAF is in there as well, and so you can kind of recreate Willy's Wonderland through this. So I've just had Springtrap killing Nick Cage. It's just so weird.
God damn it.
But yeah, no, just watching these 6 movies. I don't even know what your last one is. You don't know mine is. But this is an insane part 3.
This is mental.
Then imagine if we did a full 6-movie viewing of last episode's part 3.
We would be depressed as fuck.
We'd have to do this like straight afterwards. 12 movies.
Oh god, that'd be
24-hour marathon.
That'd be depressing.
You'd have to splice them. Do one from last episode, one from this episode, one from last episode, 24-hour marathon of movies.
Yeah. Pig. Moonraker. The Whale.
Harry Hill.
What's your last film?
Have you seen Borat?
Yeah.
Borat.
Is it actually?
Borat.
Oh my god, that's great.
It's very nice.
Okay, I definitely need to find it because there's a clip from when we shot the Wicked trailer for the podcast.
Oh my god.
We started doing Borat impressions, and there's a clip of you going like, "This is the river. It's shithole." You started doing that.
Find it.
Can we? If I can find that, can we put that here?
Yeah.
This is the river. This is Wolverhampton River. It's shithole. Like my home in Kazakhstan. It is shithole.
This is. Are we not dead? Put that here.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Either way, for the viewers at home, I'm going to read the plot.
No, come on. I mean, it's quite a simple plot.
I'm going to read the plot because...
So is this the original Borat movie?
This is Borat. Borat the movie. Borat.
Or the longer title, Borat, Cultural
Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. Yeah.
It's nice that we can do it in person, not be delayed as fuck either.
Yeah.
If it was over Zoom, we'd be delayed then that.
Yeah. So Borat leaves Kazakhstan to make a documentary about American society and culture. He leaves his wife and is accompanied by his producer and a pet chicken, and he departs for the USA, the greatest country in the world. In City, Borat watches an episode of Baywatch and becomes infatuated with Pamela Anderson's character.
It's so dated to the 2000s. It's so dated. In a good way, but it's such a time capsule of that era.
While he's interviewing and mocking a panel of feminists, he learns that the actress's name and her residence is in California.
Oh, man.
So he then is informed by a telegram that a bear has killed his wife. He is very delighted by this news and resolves to travel to California and to marry Pamela Anderson. His oh god,
You're all right.
His producer Azamat insists that they drive instead of fly in case the Jews repeated their attack of 9/11.
Oh my god.
It's very dated to the time.
Yeah, but it's a really obviously.
So Borat takes driving lessons and he buys an old ice cream truck for the journey.
Oh god, because I've seen it. I've seen Borat. It was like 4 years ago now.
I've seen it at a similar time for me as well.
Like 4 years ago now. But oh god, that ice cream truck. I think the bits that get me is because obviously overall, I think we don't need to go through the whole plot.
No, we need to go through the whole
plot. We don't.
They need to hear the whole plot.
No, they don't.
They need to hear the whole plot.
They know the whole plot.
No, they don't.
But like, just a brief kind of thing for me. I want to interject because I have seen it. Okay. But obviously, it's Sacha Baron Cohen playing his character of Borat. You know, a Kazakhstan man.
Kazakh man. Him and his producer, and then no one else is an actor. Yeah. Everyone else is just a.
But it's that kind of mockumentary style, and they're basically taking the piss out of 2000s American culture.
I mean, obviously they think Borat's a real person from Kazakhstan.
But it's that whole post 9/11, that sort of Bush administration era. You know, like Iraq War, that whole sort of era, and just taking the piss out of it, like when when Borat's singing the American national anthem.
That's because he goes to the rodeo. He starts singing the Kazakhstan national anthem.
It's so bad. It's so. Oh man,
I've got to open it in a new tab and see if we've got it written here. I don't think we have
You're not actually gonna bloody.
Yeah. Borat
song.
Kazakhstan.
I've still got one more movie. Mate.
National anthem lyrics.
I've still got. Oh man.
Oh Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, the greatest country in the world. All other countries are run by little girls. Kazakhstan, #1 exporter of potassium. All other countries have inferior potassium. Kazakhstan, home of Tinshain swimming pool. Its length 30 meter, width 6 meter. Filtration system a marvel to behold. It removed 80% of human solid waste. Kazakhstan, you very nice place. From plains of Tarashek to northern fence of Jewtown. Kazakhstan, friend of all except Uzbekistan. They very nosy people with bone in their brain.
I don't think we can read
that. Kazakhstan, you very nice place. From plains of Tarashek to northern fence of Jewtown. Come grasp mighty penis of our leader. From junction with the testes to tip of its face.
But he's full on taking...
He gets booed out of the...
Yeah, he gets booed out and he's full on... There's also the bit where he's like on the subway, he's got a chicken in his case, and he's like, how... You watch that and you think, how did he not get stabbed? How did he survive that? Just doing that.
And then in Atlanta, he goes to a hotel and he's kicked out because he offends the front desk worker by talking and dressing like an African American.
When's the bit in the hotel when like him and his producer run around bollock naked?
Oh god, that comes later.
Where is that? Yeah.
He eventually is at a bed and breakfast, but he learns his hosts are Jewish, and so he escapes by throwing money at two woodlice that he thinks are Jews that have shapeshifted.
Oh.
It's so incorrect. It's so incorrect.
The thing is, it's the kind of thing. It's like with do you remember when we talked about Tropic Thunder? Obviously, that's a film that has very of that era and has that very edgy kind of humor. But you know, Borat is a film that it's making a point. It's by highlighting how absurd so many of these like prejudice, like with like, you know, religion, like with in terms of like anti-Semitism and sexism and racism and all these kind of homophobia with an anthem song, how it's him being completely oblivious to all of this, and that's where the humor comes from. It's how completely unfiltered he is, and it's exposing all this stupid shit. And it's like when they used to be politicians and like they think, what have you found?
I found the scene.
Which scene?
They're in another hotel. Borat sees his producer popping one off over a picture of Pamela Anderson, and so he starts fighting him naked through the entire hotel and into a convention ballroom with everyone watching. But it's really funny as well, the way they do it is, for Borat, they put a really long censor bar, like longer than it's actually going to be. Yeah. And then for the producer, there's just no censor bar because you can't see it.
Black,
there's just nothing there. But they start naked fighting all the way through this hotel because he was getting one off over a picture of Pamela Anderson. And Borat gets defensive of it.
To be fair, though, again, I think it's kind of interesting because obviously, because Pamela Anderson's had a bit of like a renaissance with like The Last Showgirl as a kind of that came out a couple of years ago with her. You know,
was she the one who was in The New Naked Gun?
Yeah, it was her.
Yeah.
But there's The Last Showgirl, which was a film that she did, like more of like a drama that she did, and she got a bit of attention for that. And obviously, like with the whole Pam and Tommy scandal, you know, scandal that happened.
Yeah, that sex tape is also in the movie.
Yeah, but that whole thing at the time, you know, at the time that this was made, like 20 years ago in the 2000s, you know, she was looked at quite not in a very degrading way.
Yeah,
and it's interesting looking back now. You know, now that she's kind of, you know, more in the public eye, and she's kind of, you know, like taking more control of her life, and she's overcome that period. But for a long time, like it's kind of interesting, like you know, it's again through the kind of very edgy humor of the film, they're highlighting these kind of things, and I think it's kind of interesting.
So then he goes and undergoes a religious conversion to Christianity.
Okay, big pivot shift, yeah.
He reconciles with his producer. The producer tells him where to find Pamela Anderson. Borat finally comes face to face with Pamela Anderson in a book signing at a Virgin Megastore.
A Virgin Megastore.
After showing Anderson his traditional marriage sack, Borat pursues her throughout the store in an attempt to abduct her until the security guards intervene. Borat then goes back to Kazakhstan and brings several American customs back, including the apparent conversion of people to Christianity, which then included crucifixion and torturing of Jews.
Crucifixion on your next list.
Yeah. And then introducing technology to the people of Kazakhstan.
iPods.
I know there's a whole tab for controversies.
Oh my god.
There's a whole tab for controversies.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's a massive area.
There is so much.
There's so much. Accidental use of its parody national anthem.
There is so much.
Oh my god.
That is so...
Borat is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more insane, Borat or the Harry Hill movie.
I don't know. I really don't know. Mine looked tame in comparison to this shit.
Oh yeah, no, I came guns blazing on this one.
You really did.
I gave you Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent as like a more lull between the two peaks here.
Oh my god.
But I came with 2 loaded guns.
You did, yeah. You came with a naked gun. Bang. But yeah, Borat is.
With a naked gun.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it like that. You disgusting. You filthy bugger.
What's your final film so we can wrap up this
Yeah.
insane episode?
Yeah, what the... So my last film... Now, I almost went for B-movie, right?
Oh god! Oh god! That would have really sealed the deal.
I feel like this might be a nice like kind of one to talk.
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
His girl leaves him for a beat.
We're not talking.
His girl leaves him for a beat. And he's the bad guy because he's allergic to bees. It's so stupid.
It's Ken. Anyway, the film I'm going to talk about. So I've chosen
the Emoji Movie.
No, fuck off. This is a film that, on various review aggregate sites, including Rotten Tomatoes, is often cited as the worst film ever made. And it's not The Room.
Oh, I was going to say The Room.
No, it's not that. And I was interested to watch this film. It's called Ballistic X vs. Sever. I don't know if you've heard of this one.
It's called what?
Ballistic X vs. Sever.
What the hell is this?
So it is an action movie from the early 2000s starring Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu. And basically...
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so there's so they're kind of right, those two are kind of rivals. They are X and Sever.
Which one's which?
Bantonio. Fuck me.
Bantorio Menendez.
It's like 8:15. We're tired.
We don't normally do this at night.
No, we don't.
And then we've been out all day at the pantomime.
Yeah,
you know, I'm so drained right now.
Yeah,
I'm so dead.
We gotta get.
And I've not had a proper meal today either.
Yeah, we gotta get through this. So
come on.
Antonio Banderas is Agent Jeremy X, and Lucy Liu is Agent Jane Sever. So
does at some point someone say X marks the spot?
No, but that would have been sick. That would have been cool. Or I'm gonna sever your hand off.
Damn.
But sadly, that doesn't happen. But basically, it's a pretty generic action movie of the 2000s. You've got Lucy Liu kidnapping a kid, and Jeremy, he's like an FBI agent, and he has to like go and stop it. It's a pretty generic action movie premise.
Yeah.
But it's also, as I say, labeled as like the worst movie ever made. Like nobody likes it. It's not like The Room or those kind of films that have this kind of cult following. It's just nobody likes it. But,
and you've watched this?
Yeah, because to be honest, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Like it's not good. It is a quite shitty action movie of that era, with some pretty because like the plot makes no fucking sense. I mean, first of all, the title Ballistic X vs. Sever. Like that's such a dumb title.
That implies that you know who X and Sever are, that they've been set up, and it's like, oh, they're finally clashing. It's like Batman v Superman.
The funny part is, as well, is at the end they team up. So what? That's not a lie.
So it is Batman v Superman.
Yeah, exactly. We should have spotted that, to be fair.
God.
But yeah, so the plot makes no sense. So obviously, initially it's about like the FBI was trying to save this kidnapped kid, and then there's also this plot about nanobots.
When did this come out?
2002.
Nanobots mentioned in 2002. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really futuristic for the time.
I know. Yeah.
Whoa.
But it's just like really, really stupid. Like I said, there's plenty of like balls to the wall action. Like really good like car stunts and like explosions and whatnot. But there's some really cheesy stuff. Like the music is always like techno shit, like the early 2000s. The editing is so weird. The staging is wonky. There's so many funny moments, like when there's a bit where Lucy Liu pulls the guns, one of the agents, and it's like in a public area, and she's not even trying to hide it. It's just like does it out in public. And there's a guy you can very clearly ADR'd. You just hear in the background he's going, "She's got a gun!" And I burst out laughing when that happened because it's like, what the hell? What? It's so funny. But the reason I wanted to spotlight this is because you're right.
This shit's frying me, bro.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk about this one because B movie. Everybody knows like B movies. B movie. It is a B movie. It is. But I wanted to kind of spotlight this because it's not a particularly well-known film, and also the only reason it's known is for that status of it's the worst film ever made, and it's honestly not. And I recommend a video that I'll probably link in the description from The Unusual Suspect, who he did a video talking about this film, like the kind of production history, because it was quite a troubled production. But the director, he was a director from Thailand, and he made one film before this, and then he came into Hollywood, and this is a kind of breakthrough film. But he very much had no control, like creative control. He was basically fired in the post-production process, so he had no kind of choice in like the editing and whatnot. But for example, the title as well, like his title I think was Ballistic. That was the title he came up with, and then X versus Ever was the title for the studio. And they were like, and he was like, no, I kind of don't really like that. So the studio's solution was just put those two titles together, and it doesn't make any sense, you know. But yeah, I think the production history is really interesting of how, and this film basically bankrupted the studio and took them out of business, pretty much.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I think it did anyway. I could be wrong, but it's too late to bother checking right now. But I was
going to get home, man. I'm sorry. I've got to drive 20 minutes to get home. I want to go home.
I'm sorry.
I want dinner.
You get cranky. You make me sound like I'm keeping you hostage. I'm not.
He is.
I'm not.
He's the real one running the whole show. I'm just here.
I'm not.
He's going to fire me one day from this if I don't turn up.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. In the words of Lord Sugar, you're fired.
I'll just pat my bags and go.
Yeah. But yeah, I did want to spotlight that because it's for me, even though it's a relatively generic action movie, I think it's just interesting having that status of the worst film ever made. It's like it's not though. It's not. It is quite dumb and overblown, and the plot makes no sense.
Yeah, but it's not War of the Worlds, is it?
No.
So,
fuck no.
And it's not The Room.
No. I haven't seen The Room, so I can't say.
I haven't seen it either, but I have seen clips.
Yeah.
It's not Birdemic.
It's bullshit. Oh yeah.
Birdemic.
Yeah, that's fucking shocking. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did
not hit her. Oh,
hi, Mike. But yeah, that's the episode.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
That's the episode. I think we're
oh, and what was the other one that had some reason? You ever seen that scene from Troll 2?
Oh my
They're
God.
eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my God! And there's just a little fly on his forehead, just walking around.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
God.
But that's
that was our Bonkers movies.
This is a Bonkers section, and I'm really.
I think opening with Harry Hill really set the tone.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
I almost wish I'd save that to the end, but I didn't think we'd have energy for it at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, although maybe we kind of.
Maybe we would have had more energy if we didn't start with Harry Hill.
Maybe, yeah. But that's the episode. So I hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
What do you think of any of these films? I'll be interested to know what you think of these, and let me know some films that you think are just absolutely bonkers. Because you said you had like 2 or 3 others, didn't you?
Oh yeah, let me see what those were actually, because I did consider a couple of others.
I almost considered doing the 90s Mario movie.
Oh my God!
I almost considered that.
That's so trippy.
Yeah.
So I almost mentioned Ted and Ted 2.
I've seen Ted 2. I haven't seen Ted 1.
The improv scene in Ted 2 is so funny. Obviously that hilarious. I also almost mentioned Bad Grandpa.
Oh, is it the one with De Niro in?
No, I think this is the this is the one with Johnny Knoxville as the grandpa. You might be thinking of Dirty Grandpa.
Oh, Dirty Grandpa. Yeah.
Similar names, very different movies.
Yeah,
Bad Grandpa is Johnny Knoxville as the grandpa.
Yeah, Dirty Grandpa.
There's a really funny scene in that movie, but
that's maybe for another time.
That's maybe for another time. But yeah, I also almost did the Impractical Jokers movie.
Is it?
Yeah, because the Impractical Jokers is very funny, and the movie is as insane as the show. It's kind of like Jackass, but less torturing yourself. It's more just getting each other to do really embarrassing things.
Right. So humiliating.
The kind of thing like where I made my friend go and order a Big Mac from KFC. And that's why we call him Mac.
So you do that?
If he ever loses a bet to me again, I'm making him go into McDonald's and order a boneless bucket.
I'm
boneless Mac.
Thing is, nowadays, like everything is just like you touchscreen now.
Yeah, we had to make him go to the counter.
Oh. I might do that tomorrow.
It's funny, but yeah. So I had a few options, but I'm happy with what I went for in the end.
Yeah, I'm happy with those. I'm just happy that I got to spotlight the Bond movie.
I'm happy that the fact that I have knowledge of the Harry Hole movie actually paid off for once.
That's brilliant. That's so good.
Genuinely so stupid. And there's like never a good time to talk about the Harry Hole movie.
Until now.
Because you need like 10 minutes to digest the plot. I just love that it starts with he's sent to get a chicken for dinner, but the chicken fires a machine gun and throws a grenade. And Harry throws the grenade back in and kills the chicken.
How is that something people do? I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Thanks for watching, if indeed you still are. Like, comment, subscribe. It means the world. Interact with us. Share this with your friends. Share the podcast.
And let us know what you think of 20.
Let us know what you think
Bone
of
Temple.
Bone Temple. Let me know what you think of. If I hadn't have done it already, I would have done Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
If I hadn't have done it already, I would have done that.
That could work.
Yeah, let us know what you think of all the movies we discussed. Let us know if you want that little Iron Lung special.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. I do want to watch it.
No, we've not done many bonus episodes as of late. We did one around Christmas. We did a few earlier. We're maybe going to get back into those in future. It's just we've had a few very tight recording situations where we've not had time for it. But we want to do more. There will be more at some point. But
we want to do that IMDb one, the top one.
We want to do the top 100 IMDb films.
To those, yeah.
At some point, I still really want to read through that Kang Dynasty script.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Because
maybe
closer to Doomsday.
Yeah, that could be quite cool.
Because I think that was going to take a while to break up into a lot of small chunks.
Yeah.
Like you could do like a bunch leading up to Doomsday.
Maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, so we got ideas. We're going to get around to them eventually. It's just we're very time constrained. Yeah. At some point closer to our show, we're doing a show together. Yeah, we're going to give you a little bonus feature from there as well. Yeah. It's a brilliant show.
It's great. It's very funny. Have you got this? I have my scripts in my bag.
My script's at home. Yeah. But it's really great. It's called Don't Dress for Dinner.
It's a great play.
It's a 6-person farce play. It's so funny. We're like the two main male characters. We're best friends. We have so much fun.
Yeah. It's genuinely really fun. It's great to have you back into that.
It's really great to be back. Yeah. So if you remember on the bonus episode where we talked about his All Shook Up performance,
it's the same place.
It's the same theater, and this is the follow-ups that he's brought me out of retirement, and we followed up on what we talked about at the end of the episode. We're in it.
Yeah,
we're in it. We're mains. We're in it. And it's great fun. It's great fun. We have loads of fun times, from funny mistakes, from funny conversations to me pulling a chocolate out of nowhere.
Yeah, you just eat chocolate in the scene for no reason.
Just couldn't eat time.
It's like we've got a scene to do, bro.
Improving the sound effects when the doorbell goes.
The ring
ding,
doorbell.
Ding, ding.
The ring doorbell, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1980s France, we got a ring doorbell.
Oh, yeah.
I invented it, Robert Dudeman.
Your bowler hat.
With my bowler hat that changes who I am entirely.
You're like Oddjob from Goldfingers. You toss it, yeah. The amount of times I've wanted to toss that hat across the room, like in Goldfingers. It's great.
Please don't toss it on stage.
I won't. I'm going to toss it over my shoulder at one point.
Toss it. Toss it over your shoulder.
I am a tosser. I am a literal tosser.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're going to bring you more from that soon because that's really fun. So we've got lots of ideas we want to get out. It's just a time of making it work.
This time of year is quite busy for us.
Yeah, But hopefully in the near future we will get more to you. Yeah, and stay tuned for the next episode. It's going to be the Oscars episode. It's going to be a brilliant episode, terrific episode. It's going to be beautiful.
Why did you...
Big, beautiful episode. I'm so cooked. I'm so tired.
It'll be quite cool though for that episode because obviously... We've seen more. Obviously, we spotlight Frankenstein, one of the nominees.
I've not seen as many of the Best Picture nominees, but I've seen plenty of movies that were nominated in other categories as well.
Like K-pop, Weapons.
Weapons, Scale, Demon Hunters.
Sinners as well.
Sinners. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes this year. So last year's episode did really well for us. So I feel like we're happy to revisit it.
I feel like we have more stake in this year. So
yes, I definitely do.
Yeah, so that'd be quite cool to see. But yeah, that's it.
Thanks for watching. Take care and see you in the next one.
I'm tired.
The hamster was sucking on a green felt tip pen. And there's a Jackson 5 cover band called the Jackson 5.
And a fight on the Blackpool Tower.
And he fought Matt Lucas on the Blackpool Tower.
Yeah, let's end this. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm tired.
Bye!
I'm so tired.